Oh, I love this. Good evening. Good Tuesday. If you want to, this guy's got a lot of really cool stuff. The Relaxed Guy on YouTube. Definitely check it out. Good evening, ATS. Chip Kitty, SRB. Good evening. Man. Like, I went through my whole internet stuff today. Everything was all good. But looks like I'm still having issues on StreamYard or something. I don't know. What the heck? Anybody else use StreamYard and having issues? I know, what was it? Yes, last night, Kid Kibby, something like that. Yeah. Alright, we'll go to the tab. I'm gonna check my links here in a second. There's something I wanted to share real quick. I can't play it, but I'm gonna share it, because anytime I play this shit, I get blocked. Or whatever you call it. So here's A&E TV. And I thought this came up in my timeline, and I was like, oh my gosh, this happened when I was living in Akron. This happened in Akron. Let me see if I can pull it up and just get the clip real quick without it playing. Please. Please. Kabam! Oh yeah, I got it. Cool. Yeah, check that out sometime. Shit was crazy. It happened. Anybody? Oh. Anybody familiar with Akron? It happened in the Barberton area. Fucking nuts. Definitely check it out. It just came across right before the show, and I'm like, damn, I need to share that with everybody. All right. So we got a bunch of stuff. I really would like to get into Delphi a lot one of these nights, honestly. But I would have to make sure that the compadre Justice Served Daily's in chat for sure. I would love to do it with Justice Served Daily, Silky Southern Tea, and even ATS if she would be available. I think that'd be really cool. Like all Delphi, just nothing but Delphi. So there's a lot of stuff to discuss, even though there's nothing going on. Yeah. Mega Millions, I forgot to get my ticket. I just never get them that much. And by the way, let me put this in the chat as well. And there we go. I'm still trying to figure out this Batismo stuff. So if it starts sending stuff, I'm trying to like time it all out different with different timer settings and stuff. So they pop out here and there at different points and stuff. I noticed last night there was a couple that kept repeating itself or something, so I apologize. I'm still figuring that stuff out. I do like it though. I wish I had more than 10 though. I know. The last time I bought it was that last time it was like what? Wasn't it like $1 billion or something? I don't remember. I don't play it that much. Yeah, this one's old. It's like 550 something now. All right, we watched that one last night. I don't know about that one. That one's a pretty long one. I was gonna check that one out by myself. Social media, be careful. Let's talk about. Ooh. Okay, this is not a weekly recap. I'm gonna see what else we got though before we get into a crime talk, because those can be kind of lengthy. Ooh, I do want to watch this. There's probably nothing new about it, but let's check it out anyway. It did come across. Thank you everybody for being in here. I appreciate it. You noticed a little update I made to
a major development in
name
the
on the
case
top?
of missing Fruitland boy Michael Vaughn.
Got that
A
blue.
nationwide search has led police to a backyard in their own community where a woman who lives there is under arrest.
Okay.
Fruitland woman lives
How old
just
is this
minutes
video?
from where
4
Michael Vaughn
hours.
disappeared near his home in July of last year. Our Karen Lear begins our team coverage with the latest updates from court.
Fruitland woman Sarah Wandra was arraigned virtually here at the Payette County Courthouse, accused of failing to report the death of Michael Vaughn for the purpose of concealing the manner in which he died.
I understand what they said is not correct.
Sarah Wandra alleges no wrongdoing, arrested for failing to report the death of missing Fruitland boy Michael "Monkey" Vaughn. Wandra lives at the home where investigators have been digging up the backyard searching for Vaughn's remains since Saturday and is now being held on a $500,000 bond. The state initially asking for more.
She's a danger to the community, and she fails to abide by the social norms that we all expect. And there are obviously very serious implications in her being aware of his whereabouts this whole time. So the state's asking for a $1 million bond.
Prosecutors also say Wandra was already on pretrial release for a previous felony charge related to illegally possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Should Wandra post bond, she'll be required to be fitted with GPS monitoring prior to her release. In court Monday, the judge also ruled to seal all documents in the case, including investigative reports and affidavits where the details could compromise the ongoing investigation or potential future jurors. Now, police tell us they don't think Sarah Wandra is the only person with information about what happened to Michael Vaughn. She will be in court next for a status conference on November 21st and a preliminary hearing on November 22nd. Both of those will be held here at the Payette County Courthouse. Meanwhile, our reporter Nicole Camarda has been out at Wandra's home where search efforts continue and has the...
You know, there's been all these cases like Ashley Bush, Shanquella Robinson, just a couple, recently. Like, there's nothing out there. Like, what is going on? This has been weeks, months.
Latest on the investigation. I spoke with the Fruitland Police Chief, J.D. Huff, earlier this afternoon, and he says that there are a lot of moving parts to this investigation. In order to solve this case correctly, they need to move slowly, and the one goal is to recover Michael. As you can see, crews have been digging in the backyard for the last 3 days at this home where Sarah Wandra lives. Police say a credible tip from someone who lives in the home led police here to this location. And for the last couple of days, truckloads of dirt have been hauled away all day long, and crews have continued to dig in the backyard of this.
Okay, I'm confused because I thought this stuff took place like a month ago. Is this still... I'm confused. Is this still taking place? Because I keep checking in this video. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, this right here. Is this still going on? I
home searching for what they believe to be the remains of the
thought
missing
this
boy
was
Michael
done.
Vaughn. Now, at this time, Police Chief J.D. Huff could not confirm if anything has been found in the backyard at this time, but he did make it clear that Sarah Wandra has no connection to the Vaughn family. Search dogs have been going in and out of the backyard all afternoon, and those trucks have been continuing to haul away those piles of dirt. Now, it's unclear exactly when we're going to get any answers or updates, but crews will be back here tomorrow at 9:30. And again,
Yeah, but that looked like it was the same. That looks like it's the same property. Because that fence goes in and then comes out and then goes this way. And then they were digging right by that tree. So, to me, it looks like it's the same property. No? This is the neighbors?
he did make it clear that Sarah Wandra has no connection to the Vaughn family. Search dogs have been going in and out of the backyard all afternoon, and those
That
trucks have been
fence,
continuing to haul away.
That fence right there just tells me it's that same property because of that weird fence. You know how it went in and went out, SRB? You know what I mean?
Goal that J.D. Huff said right now is to recover Michael. In Fruitland, Nicole Camarda, Idaho News 6.
Idaho News 6 will, of course, continue to follow the case. Looking back, these are some of the key moments in the Michael Vaughn case. The 5-year-old who went by the nickname Monkey went missing July 27th of 2021. The FBI and other investigating agencies classified the case as criminal. In April of this year, Governor Brad Little signs Monkey's Law, also known as the Endangered and Missing Persons Alert Law, after questions came up over why an Amber Alert did not go out when Michael went missing. The law created a unified approach to missing persons cases in Idaho. A reward of close to $53,000 is issued in November of this year. And most recently, 35-year-old Sarah Wandra is arrested last Friday.
Yeah, I heard about that. I even...
A major development in the
Yeah,
case
Kitty,
of
I even
missing
think
Fruitland boy
I,
Michael Vaughn. A nationwide
sorry about
search at
that. I think I even got an email from Phantom. Let me check my email real quick because I know I got something about it. I don't know. What do you have you guys watched any of that? What is it? A screenshot or something? Somebody's picture that they took off of a video. Somebody's picture they took off a video or something, didn't they see? I mean, I thought they said they were going to do that, SRB, but I never heard anything more. Like with it was weird. It was all at like the same time, like Ashley Bush, Shanquella Robinson, Michael Vaughn, like they all just kind of, everything just went quiet. And yeah, that fence. Yeah, it's like a screenshot or something, or not a screenshot, but somebody took a picture of a video. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Yeah, I know it's been nothing for all of them. It's just been weird. It's just been very weird. Especially Ashley Bush. Because, like, the wife and the husband that committed the crime, like, they got locked up pretty quick. So, like, what's going on? I guess I haven't even heard about a trial or anything. It's just weird. Like, why wouldn't we hear anything about that? Yeah, let me look at my email real quick here. Corner Club. We can find it. Let me see here 1 second. Yeah, same too, SRB. Like, and the recent interviews and stuff. We have one coming up here. Let me play this one real quick. I think it's only like 2 minutes. They just sound so cocky.
Taking the facts that we know, we're taking all tips that we know, and we're putting those pieces of the puzzle together and painting that picture. But we're moving forward on this investigation, and we're not going to stop until we get a conclusion.
It's been 6 weeks since 4 University of Idaho students were murdered in their off-campus home. 6 weeks in, KREM 2 is still pushing for information from investigators of the Moscow homicides. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy sat down one-on-one with the police chief to find out where the investigation stands today. And what can you tell us tonight, Shannon?
Moscow police are still gathering those tips and waiting on lab results tonight. And they are urging anyone who may know anything to come forward, submit a tip, because you may hold the key to solving this case. In a release Tuesday afternoon, Moscow police announced there's still no identified suspect in the quadruple homicide on King Road, though they believe someone knows the missing piece of this picture.
We've had over 17,000 tips.
Chief James Fry says the small department is still staying focused on finding facts in a muddle of rumor.
The online stuff, that's going to happen, right? I mean, that's just the day and age we're in. There's a lot of people who are sending us tips and stuff through that, and we're going to look into all those as well. So some of it's very useful, some of it can be distracting.
A nationwide team's going through all those bits of information.
Good evening, Silky. How are you?
One piece that
Thank you
could
for hopping in.
change everything.
Maybe you saw something that you don't know is the key, but maybe detectives and law enforcement know that that's the thing they need.
That's exactly right, and that's why we've asked people, with any pictures from that night or any video, to send it to us, send it to our tip line.
That's it? That's all they gave us? This is what they...
And coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 5, what Chief Fry says about the future of the investigation and why an arrest would be far from the end of the story here.
A couple second clip is what? What? Come on. All right, let me see if I got something on this. One-on-one. What the heck? That gave us a snippet. I thought I saved something here. Good video today, by the way, Silky. Does anybody have a video they can send me? I thought I saved one, but I guess not. Let me go through them here. On Twitter? Okay, what Twitter page do... Alright, let me see here. I'll just... Read me the news. Here we go. Read me the news. Let me check on Twitter real quick, though. Hold on. I just don't know who to compare it to. That does look like the same hat. That does look like the same damn hat. Look at that. It's like the tiger. Here, let me zoom it in some more. Is that better? Oh man, that music. Whoever that is. That hat does look similar. Look, you can see the legs. Wow, that does look like him. Look at the nose. It's kind of pointy at the tip. The mustache splits the same with a grin. This eye is tilted in more than this one. This one's tilted in more. Wow, that looks like... Wow. Well, if you did commit the crimes, then you would be lying about your alibi. Wow, I see what you guys mean. Wow, look at the hat though. Look at the hat though. That hat. What kind of hat is that? Is that like a local hat? Or is that a hat that he would have brought from home? I don't know, that hat. Wow. Wow. How do I save this? Can I save it? Retweet, right? Whoa. Never mind. Wow. There we go. I never freaking use Twitter. I never do. I never started using Twitter until I started doing this show. Honestly. I never. What's up, Willow? Thanks for hopping in. Oh no. I mean, look at all the okay, with the Photoshop stuff, I mean, if you look at the picture, when you're taking a picture of a TV screen, you got those bands. To Photoshop, then recreate the bands, I mean, I'm sure somebody could do it, but man, that would take quite a bit, I would think. Does anybody have the screenshot? Dang, because I'm telling you right there, you look at the hat, you can see the legs. It's white on top, dark on the bottom, pointy nose at the tip, mustache splits wide at with a grin. The soul patch right here, soul patch right there. This eye tilts in more when looking this way. This eye is tilting in more. I mean, it's... Right, yeah. I heard the theory about the Photoshop. When I started looking at the bands on the picture from when they took a picture of the video, because it always will have that, I was like, man, I can see. I'd be like, damn, this is a pretty good Photoshop. But then I'm looking and it's like, ugh, that'd be interesting. It's got to be him, ATS. I mean, the hat alone, right there. I mean, you got soul patch, mustache split, pointy tip, eye tilted, tiger or something on the hat. I mean, no way. But this is, yes, for sure. When are you having your next stream, ATS? Do you know? I mean, I'm sure, SRB, I'm sure somebody could do it. You know, I mean, the technology is crazy and somebody could definitely have the time. But when you're talking lighting and just to be a regular picture is one thing, but then to have a picture have all them bands on it from a video, from a TV screen, from a phone camera or whatever, that'd be really difficult. Yeah, Willow. Yes, exactly, Willow. Yeah, like it's gotta be. Where's the... That's weird. Alright, I don't know what that means. Oop. I better not do that because I talked sports a couple days ago and I got shut down. Can't talk sports. Alright. Read me the news. Let's see what they have to say about this. Yes. She's the queen of YouTube. Where'd my screen share go? Oh, there it is. Sorry if my StreamYard's acting weird. I double checked all my internet stuff and we're smooth. So I don't know what is going on. Like last night at the end there, I don't know what that was all about. All right, this is Read Me the News. We're going to see what they say about this Corner Club thing. Here's a link to the video.
There is a new photo from surveillance at the Corner Club in Moscow, Idaho. One of the last places Kaylee Goncalves and Madison Mogan were seen alive before they were murdered, along with Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. Let's take a look. This from Twitter. Kaylee's ex, Jack, was at the Corner Club with them.
Wow.
Wait, what? Maddie, Kaylee, JD, and JS were at the Corner Club's reminder.
Son of a bitch. That's, oh my gosh.
This isn't news for law enforcement.
You got...
Here
what?
we see Kaylee, Maddie.
So what are they, just waiting until they have enough evidence to convict? What?
In the black coat, and appears to be sitting here, Jack DeCour, Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. Here with the black hat turned backward and the hoodie, it looks like hoodie guy. So many people are now saying this is Jack DeCour at the Corner Club video, still with Kaylee and Maddie. I think a lot will need to be cleared up on this. What do you think?
And that was when the FBI and the local LE first came out and stated that there was 2 locations. That area was one of them. They first came out and said they were looking for 2 locations. Holy crap. Whoops, I meant to highlight this. Wow. Well, shoot, I guess I typed too much in that Baptismo message. Crap. This is crazy.
Let's take a look at these side by
Okay,
sides.
why do we have these? What does this mean? Why is it What does that mean when it's flipped around?
Another tweet. WTF, Jack D, Jackass, Adam, Kaylee, Maddie, plus PD.
Okay. hold
Another
on.
tweet. WTF, Jack D, Jack.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, a zoomed in version. Here we go. Full screen. There we go. There we go. Ta-da. Oh, hold on. I better put the... Man. Jeez. Sorry about... I guess I need to go through my timer stuff again. I typed too much. Here, let me get rid of me. Okay, there you go, everybody. Zoomed in. That's come on. That's zoomed in as much as we can zoom in. It's got to be 95, right? I mean, there's so many. It's a little darker up here, and that is, in that other picture that we saw. So the only thing that you can't notice here is the eye kind of tilted this way a little bit, and then going that, and this one going that way, just because of how dark this spot is on this picture. I don't know. I don't know. In my opinion, it looks like those two people are the same. You don't think so? Kelt, good evening. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to freaking highlight. Full-size white truck. Ooh, coming in with a really good question. Kid Kitty's not 100. ATS is 90. I'm like 95. I'm like 95. I don't know. That other picture that we looked at earlier, it looked... But it wasn't zoomed in enough for you, but it was for me. I wish this part was a little brighter, but that's okay. Uh-oh. Okay,
Another tweet. WTF, Jack D, Jackass, Adam, Kaylee, Maddie, plus PD, all together at club. Tell me again, why are we still looking for the killers? Where you see this red arrow, people are speculating that this person in this black cap with the black coat is possible local law enforcement.
Allison Faye.
This also from Twitter. New surveillance images of Kaylee and Maddie at the corner club the night of the murders with Kaylee's ex, Jack D, and Hoodie Guy. We can see what the time is here. It's 11/13/2022, 1:32 a.m. He also says here on Twitter, this raises so many questions. If Jack, where did he go after? Why were the girls left with Hoodie Guy? Did Hoodie Guy stay with them to keep an eye on their whereabouts and communicate it to Jack? Did Jack and Hoodie Guy work this out together? Judge for yourself. Is this him? Is this him who's there with Kaylee and Maddie?
Another go round. It's... Man, good evening, Justice. Good evening, Allison. Good evening, everybody hopping in. Thank you. I think it is. And that's a good point, SRB. The eyes are beady. and it grabbed my attention too. Like, and then plus the direction of his physical right eye. Like, I just think it is. Thank you so much, Allison. Yeah, the nose, the pointy nose, the hat, dark here, light here, dark there, some kind of weird animal or something, I don't know. Some kind, you can see legs here. Soul patch, mustache split wide, It's like the same facial expression too. Definitely the same hat. Oh, what happened, Code? I don't know what happened. That's why I'm like 95. I'm like 95. I have a Discord, I just never really used it before, but everybody else has, I think. I'm just like 95. I can't say 100, because I'm not LE, but I'm damn close to 100. I'm like 95. Let me see here. Well, I hope your night goes better, Coat, whatever's going on. I don't know how to use Discord. I don't, for real. I looked at it, I signed into it, I made an account, and I'm just like, yeah, this looks like too much, and I already have too much on my brain. It just looked like too much for me to try and figure out, because let me see here. Let me throw the link back up to this channel real quick. Discord got hacked. Huh. Yeah, I never even really use it. It's some thread thing. I don't know, you can talk on it and all sorts of stuff, but hell, if anybody wants to have a conversation, I can just host a pre-record session, which it doesn't show it's live, and then I can invite anybody to have an actual conversation on here. Oh wow, so there is channels on there too, like podcast channels and stuff. Yeah, send good vibes, Coat. I'm sorry, whatever's going on. I'm just thinking this is 95. That's just me though. Everybody brings up some good points though. I appreciate it. Yeah, we got to do a night of nothing but Delphi. When are you doing your show, Justice? Do you have an idea? There's some stuff coming out. Look at this Reporter Room. Good video. I watched it earlier when it was live, and it was a good video. But man, we've been talking about this ring since Richard Allen was arrested. So, I'm just wondering, we gotta talk some Delphi. For sure. Let's see. I never checked out. Has anybody heard of this Dra Latina channel? This came across as a suggested, but I've never checked out the channel before. But I thought it was an interesting title, though. Frat sorority culture and possible impacts on University of Idaho students. So, yes. Yeah, it's been a ring for like, so I'm like, for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I haven't checked her out yet. I can probably do that tomorrow. But I thought it might be some really good information though. Frat sorority culture and the possible impacts. Maybe There's something to do. This one, backstory bombshells of the property. That's got to be an interesting watch too. That's almost 2 hours. I just wanted to share that one. Truth and transparency there. All right. Let me go back to the top here. Okay, we watched this one. That was, I don't know what they were digging or if it was past clips or what. Aw, Kelt. Look at that. $4 gas can return. All right, let's check out. That was a good video. I'm going to keep that one because it had some good close-ups. Let's check out this crime talk. Social media sleuths, be careful. Definitely need to play that. So here is Crime Talk. Oh, Crime Talk's channel link. And I'll put the link to the video that we're watching here in a second.
True Crime Sleuth. So a history professor at the University of Idaho is suing a cyber sleuth, or what she holds herself as, for defamation after this would-be detective accused her of involvement in the campus slayings last month. Now, this woman goes by Ashley Gillard, Guillard, Gillard, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I took a look at a couple of her videos. I would not follow this woman into a courtroom unless out of idle curiosity. She doesn't know what the heck she's talking about. In fact, at one point she says, why does this professor need 3 attorneys on her defense team if she's so innocent? You're the one that needs the defense team, Miss Gillard. You don't even understand the terminology of the court, and yet you're holding yourself out as something that
I love his sarcasm.
Amazes me. Anyway,
I love his sarcasm.
So Rebecca Schofield, she's the professor. She's an associate professor and a chair of the history department. And she's basically
I never watched
him
SRB, but I can only imagine
4 students at the University of
sarcasm.
Idaho. Now, the lawsuit was filed Wednesday.
I love you, dude.
And it points to numerous videos posted to a platform that attempted to tie the teacher to the homicides. The statements made about Professor Schofield are false, plain and simple, her attorneys wrote. And what's even worse is that these untrue statements create safety issues for Professor and her family.
Yeah,
now, Professor Schofield has twice sent cease and desist letters to Miss Gillard, but Miss Gillard has continued to make false statements knowing that they are in fact
can't do
false.
That. You can't do that. Exactly.
The lawsuit was filed.
You can't do
because
that.
It's affecting the professor's reputation and her safety as well. Now, Gillard posted a video Friday responding to the lawsuit saying that I'm not stopping and questioning why Schofield needed 3 lawyers to sue her if she's so innocent. Yeah, this is the one where she said she needed the other attorney's defense team. No, they're plaintiff's counsel, and they're coming for you, Miss Gillard. They're coming for you.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have to respond in United States District Court. Now, sometimes the best thing is just going straight to the documents. Okay?
2 letters.
And this Miss Gillard lady, I'm telling you, why anybody would listen to her, I do not know.
2 letters.
But let's just give you the highlights of the
What are you doing?
lawsuit here. The lawsuit begins Rebecca Schofield versus Ashley Gillard. It's a complaint and a demand for a jury trial. And it introduction is rather straightforward. In November of 2022, 4 students at the University of Idaho were murdered at home near the campus. The tragedy has garnered attention and inflicted great sorrow throughout the university, the state, and the country. Defendant Ashley Gillard, a purported internet sleuth, decided to use the community's pain for her online self-promotion. She has posted many videos on TikTok falsely stating that plaintiff Rebecca Schofield, a professor at the university, participated in the murders because she was romantically involved with one of the victims. Gillard's statements are false. Professor Schofield did not participate in the murders, and she has never met any of the victims, let alone entered a romantic relationship with them. Gillard's videos have been viewed millions of times, amplifying Gillard's online persona at the expense of Professor Schofield's reputation. Professor Schofield now sues Gillard for defamation. The parties. Plaintiff Rebecca Schofield, Professor Schofield, is an individual residing in Idaho. She is an associate professor and chair of the history department at the University of Idaho in Moscow, Idaho. Defendant Ashley Gillard is an individual residing in Texas. She is a TikTok personality who purports to solve crimes online. Jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is proper under 28 United States Code Section 1332 because there is diversity of citizenship and the amount in controversy exceeds $75,000. See, normally if you sue somebody, you can't sue somebody in United States District Court unless you have jurisdiction. Here, there's diversity of jurisdictions. People, plaintiffs and defendant, live in different states. Therefore, they have jurisdiction in the federal court. Venue is appropriate under 28 United States Code 1391 because Professor Schofield is an Idaho resident and a substantial part of the events giving rise to the claim occurred in Idaho. They want to keep it in Idaho versus having to go to U.S. District Court in Texas to sue Miss Gillard. Miss Gillard needs to get herself an attorney. Factual allegations. In the early morning hours of November 13th, 4 students at the University of Idaho were tragically murdered in a home near the campus. It is a tragedy that has gripped the entire university community, forever affected the students' families, brought tremendous sorrow throughout the state of Idaho, and garnered national media attention. To respect the privacy of the victims and their families, the complaint refers to the victims by their initials, KG, MM, XK, and EC. Professor Schofield was not in Moscow, Idaho when the murders occurred. She and her husband were in Portland, Oregon visiting friends. They stayed in a hotel, checking out in the morning of November 13th after the murders occurred. They drove from Portland to Moscow, a drive of more than 5 hours, arriving after law enforcement officers had discovered the murders. Professor Schofield did not commit or in any way participate in the murders of the 4 students. Professor Schofield has taught at the University of Idaho since January 2016. She became the chair of the history department in July of 2021, and none of the 4 students who were murdered ever took it.
It is, Kel. You know what I'm afraid of with it, even though we don't do that. I even made a little baptismo message, and it sucks because it was too long, but it's kind of like a little message that is going to get thrown out there that this is speculation based and these are all theories, so we don't have to keep, but I'm afraid that it's going to hinder what we can talk about, even though we didn't do anything. You know what I mean? I'm afraid, justice needs to be served for real, because this shit's ridiculous. And of course, her life is in danger because of this crap. You heard about the neighbor and stuff having to get a gun and all that. But I'm afraid that they're gonna, at least it was on TikTok. You know what I mean? At least it was on TikTok. Maybe TikTok's gonna have to slam down and, go overboard with, what they can allow and this and that. I just hope it doesn't go to YouTube, and I hope it doesn't affect what we can talk about, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was excited to talk about sports a couple days ago, and after a half an hour, 50 some minutes of my Christmas stream, the first part that won't ever be shown, we were talking sports and I got shut down. So it's like, how can I talk about sports when I can't even show sports? So then it'll make it really hard to talk about crime. She might need 3 of them. It's crazy. Yeah, especially if it's in Idaho. If this is in Idaho, she's gonna get slammed. I have no idea, Kelt. I don't even know why she even got brought up, especially if she was outside of town. Thank you, ATS. I appreciate that. When's your next live coming up, ATS? Tarot cards? Oh, is that so? The person on TikTok uses tarot cards, and that's what the information she was given was from tarot cards. The only way they will get this to stop is to limit. Yeah, I just hope it don't affect us, because there are a lot of good channels out there. There's a lot of good channels. You know what I mean? Like, and we don't go out of bounds. We don't go out of bounds. We talk respectful. We talk, like, there are some out there, but I mean, there's not enough where, things need to change. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you get 2 freaking letters telling you to stop, when you get 1, that's like, yeah, you need to get it for showing the channel. I don't know. We were watching clips. We were watching sports clips and stuff. We were talking sports. We were on ESPN.com. We were talking sports. I was even saying, like, man, I would love to have a format where I have a sports show a couple nights a week too, because I love sports. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would happen. Literally got shut down. Had to restart the stream. It was ridiculous. It's called. Yeah, exactly, Allison. Exactly. And I'm sure they did. I never checked out the videos. Yeah, just a few. I never checked out the videos, but when you get sent 2 letters and you don't stop, I can only imagine. Good evening, Vicky. Thank you for hopping. The police announced they cleared the professor today. She is cleared. You know what I mean? Like, is that what they came out with today? Because Creme 2 News said they had a one-on-one sit-down. That was a 2-minute video, and we sat down to watch it, and it was like a 2-second clip. It was like, thank you. Appreciate it.
A class from Professor Schofield. Although the University of Idaho is a relatively small university, she does not recall ever meeting any one of the students. Professor Schofield has also never met Ashley Gillard. Ashley Gillard promotes herself on Amazon and TikTok as an internet sleuth that solves high-profile unsolved murders by consulting tarot cards and performing other readings to obtain information about the murders. She has purported to solve the murders of musician Kirshnik Carey Ball, aka Takeoff, Shaquella Robinson, Tiffany Vellante, Kevin Samuels, and the November murders at the University of Idaho. Tarot cards and other readings, ladies and gentlemen, that is not evidence that is admitted in a court of law. Just saying. If you're getting your information from somebody that's consulting tarot cards, if that's what gets you through the day, but I'm telling you, that's not legal and competent evidence that is ever going to be admitted in a court of law.
Yeah, I just started. I don't know. This is maybe like our 3rd video. I haven't even gotten into a lot of it tonight yet.
We have no more than 1 or 2 minutes. TikToks primarily are recorded by a person using her own cell phone to record a video and then posting through the person's account on TikTok platform. Individuals with TikTok accounts can review other people's TikTok accounts, can post comments on various TikToks, and can repost another TikTok's users. On or about November 22nd, 2022, Gillard began posting TikTok videos about the November murders at the University of Idaho.
How many did she post?
She asserted that the murders had some history with one or more of the victims and that the murderer was somehow who previously was involved with one of the victims, possibly an ex. On information and belief, Gillard has never been to Moscow, Idaho, or to any other location in Idaho, and that she has no basis to make factual statements about any of the events that have occurred there. On or about November 24th, 2022, Gillard posted 6 TikTok videos to her account in which she falsely stated that Professor Schofield, the chair of the history department, was responsible for the 4 students' deaths. 2 of the TikToks directly and falsely state that Professor Schofield ordered the execution of the 4 students. 3 of the TikToks either falsely implied or directly.
Wow, so she's saying that this lady had ordered the frickin' execution? Seriously?
Responsible for the 4 students' deaths. 2 of the TikToks directly and falsely state that Professor Schofield ordered the execution of the 4 students.
What?
3 of the TikToks either falsely implied or directly stated that Professor Schofield had been involved in a relationship with one of the murdered students, KG. 3 of the TikToks Gillard posted on her website on November 24, 2022, also used Professor Schofield's photo from the University of Idaho website. Upon information and belief, Gillard did not receive permission to use Professor Schofield's official university photograph. Gillard's November 24, 2022 TikToks were not based on any facts or any information known to Gillard. Her statements that Professor Schofield ordered the murders and that Professor Schofield had a relationship with one of the victims are false. On the following day, November 25th, 2022, Gillard posted an additional 5 TikTok videos falsely alleging that Professor Schofield ordered and planned the murders of the 4 students. In 3 of the video, Gillard's falsely stated that Professor Schofield and a student at the University of Idaho, JD, together planned the murders of the 4 students. Professor Schofield has not met student JD and has not ever had him in a class. She has never partnered with him on anything.
Can't believe
she did not
was
partner
saying
with
this
him
stuff.
to murder the 4 University of Idaho students.
Where'd she?
Gillard's November 25th, 2022 TikToks were not based on any facts or any information noted to Gillard. Her statements that Professor Schofield partnered with another student to plan to carry out the murders are false.
So she got this. She got this information from tarot cards. I am sorry about that too, Cal. Anybody that has had to go through that. I even myself was a victim of that a long ass time ago, because I don't hit women. And she took advantage of that, you know. Yeah.
November 28th, 2022, Gillard posted 6 TikTok videos in which she falsely alleged, either by explicitly stating or so posting text with her videos, that Professor Schofield participated in or was otherwise responsible for the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students, and that she did so because of her prior relationship with KG. In one video, she wrote the words Rebecca Schofield's thoughts as she ordered the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students. Gillard's November 28, 2022 TikToks were not based on any facts or any information known to Gillard. Her statements that Professor Schofield order in any way participated in the murder.
Remember, Kel, the chat is the chat too. You know what I'm saying?
November 28th, 2022, Gillard had been directly informed that
Say
her
whatever you
TikTok
guys feel.
videos alleging that Professor Schofield was involved in the murder were false. Nevertheless, she continued posting her TikTok videos aware that they were false. In one TikTok video, she wrote, "I don't care what y'all say. JD and Rebecca Schofield killed KG, MMEC, and XK. Rebecca was the one to initiate the plan and hired JD." On November 29, 2022, Professor Schofield, through counsel, sent Gillard a cease and desist letter informing her that her TikTok video stating that Professor Schofield was involved in the murders or that she had a romantic relationship with KD were false and defamatory, demanding that she take down her defamatory videos, demanding that she cease making such videos, and demanding that she issue an apology to
Good evening, Cherry Cherry. Holy shit, I can't believe she
defamatory
kept posting all them videos.
stating that Professor Schofield was involved in the murders or that she was romantically involved with KG. On November 29th and November 30th, Gillard posted additional TikTok
It
videos
still goes
falsely
on.
stating that Professor Schofield was involved in ordering and directing the execution of the murders of the 4 students. She was not. Since December 1st, 2022, Gillard has continued making false statements in her TikTok videos, falsely asserting Professor Schofield's involvement in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students, and falsely stating that Professor Schofield was involved in ordering the murders and was present in Moscow, Idaho to ensure that they were carried out. She falsely stated, among other things, that Rebecca Schofield is going to prison for the murders of the 4 University of Idaho students, whether you like it or not. I am not worried about Rebecca Schofield suing me because she will be using her resources to fight for murder cases.
What?
She ordered the execution, the murders of KG, MM, XK, and EC.
Jeez.
That Professor Schofield's motive in ordering the murders and finding someone to carry it out was because she was dating a student. Professor
Damn, this chick is walking around with a freaking minigun just going. Holy crap. And that was after the freaking letter.
Schofield decided to kill the students because KG wanted to take a break in their relationship. Professor Schofield was going to help the person she hired to carry out the murders achieve the person's dream of playing on the University of Idaho tennis team. JD killed the 4 students because Becca told me to. And a reporter with the Spokesman Review newspaper was protecting the killer in the article, suggesting the TikToks were false. As with Gillard's prior TikTok falsely stating that Professor Schofield was involved in or ordered the murders, Gillard's December TikToks had no basis in fact. They were false. Persons with TikTok accounts can comment on TikTok posts of others they follow. Many TikTok users warned Gillard that her statements were false and that she was defaming Professor Schofield, among others.
I bet you after this, they're going to start changing some shit. I don't know, though. TikTok's that China app, right? So who knows? I don't know. Maybe they won't do nothing about it.
Gillard did not stop making false and defamatory
TikToks,
that's a good
despite
question. Being warned of their falsity multiple times by person commenting on her TikToks. Equally concerning, other TikTok users commented that they believed Gillard's false statements that Professor Schofield ordered the murders of KG, MMXK, and EC, and that Professor Schofield was romantically involved with KG, and that they have wondered when Professor Schofield would be brought to justice. On December 8th of 2022, Professor Schofield, through counsel, sent a second cease and desist letter, enclosing the first and again demanding that Gillard take down her defamatory posts and that Gillard stop making defamatory TikToks. Rather than change her conduct, Gillard made a TikTok showing the cease and desist, acknowledging she received it, and explaining that if Professor Schofield, through counsel, believed that Gillard was making false statements, counsel would need to file actual legal documents in federal court asking me to remove it. A judge will determine then if I need to remove it. Also, after receiving the cease and desist, Gillard on December 18th and 19th, 2022, posted more than 20 new TikTok videos falsely stating that Professor Schofield was involved with KG and that the Professor Schofield's motive for the murder was to keep KG from making their relationship public. Gillard has continued to publish false statements about Professor Schofield on TikTok, despite having no basis for making statements and despite being notified numerous times that her statements were false. Professor Schofield has never met Gillard. She does not know her. She does not know why Gillard picked her to repeatedly falsely accuse of her the tragic murders and being involved with one of the victims. Professor Schofield does know that she has been harmed by the false TikToks and false statements. Gillard's false TikToks have damaged Professor Schofield's reputation. They have caused her significant emotional distress. She fears for her life and for the lives of her family members. She has incurred costs, including costs to install a security system and security cameras at her residence. She fears that Gillard's false statements may motivate someone to cause harm to her or her family members. Then the defamation claim. Professor Schofield realleges incorporates by reference all of the prior paragraphs of this complaint set forth herein. In her TikToks between November 24th and present, Gillard makes false and defamatory statements implicating Professor Schofield in the murder of the 4 University of Idaho students more than 40 times. As Gillard's false statements involve criminal accusations, they are per se defamatory in nature. What that means is if you're accusing somebody of a crime that they didn't commit, you just have to show the statements were made. That's it. Per se, defamatory. Gillard knew her statements were false because she has no knowledge about anything happening in Moscow. And in and around November 13th, Gillard further knew her statements were false because they were not based on any facts, because persons commenting on her post told her that they were false, and because Professor Schofield twice sent Gillard cease and desist regarding the false and defamatory post.
And she even showed the letters in one video. Like, man, she is just coming out like boom, 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 boom. Oh my gosh, if this case goes to Idaho, oh my gosh, they are gonna make an example.
Gillard's false TikToks defame Professor Schofield.
It's gotta be, because if you get 2 letters, the only reason I'm thinking you're still making videos is because you're doubling down. Like you're like, fuck it. If you get 2 letters, she's probably like, fuck it. I'm gonna double down on this shit so I can make as much money as I can because I'm gonna need it for these lawyers coming up now. Right? Holy shit. Holy shit, yeah, and I'm sorry to hear about all those. We had another night. It was one of the first nights of the show when I started the show, and a lot of us talked about our experiences. It was I appreciate everybody sharing that. So don't worry, Kel. Don't worry about, you know, I appreciate you guys even having your own conversations within the show. It's cool too. I love it.
because they were viewed millions of times and widely reposted by other TikTok users, resulting in Professor Schofield's name being linked to murder in a basic internet search. As a result of Gillard's false statements, Professor Schofield's reputation was injured, and she was subject to online ridicule and threats from Gillard's online commenters. She also feared that she or her family will be the target of physical violence. The online nature of Gillard's false statements continue to harm and damage Professor Schofield.
Yeah.
Gillard's TikTok account has more than 100,000 followers, and some of her TikTok defaming Professor Schofield's have 2.5 million likes, indicating that the person has viewed the video and liked it.
And you know there are crazy freaking people out there that want to... I feel so bad for that lady. Like, I didn't know that she was coming out swinging like that. Whoever this TikToker is, I didn't know she was coming out swinging like that. That's, yeah, and I hope she's getting some... The whole family, you know what I'm saying? Because the whole family... She had to install all that security system. They're probably worried. They're already worried. Oh man, I can imagine just the whole family. The neighbors are probably upset, you know, like, oh man, I can imagine.
Professor Schofield has been damaged by Gillard's false statements. Her reputation has been tarnished, and she had suffered extreme emotional distress from the constant public attention and ongoing online conversations regarding her role in the murder. Second claim for relief: defamation, false statements regarding a relationship. Professor Schofield realleges incorporates by reference all paragraphs of this complaint as set forth herein. In her TikTok post between November 24, 2022 and the date of this complaint, Gillard made false and defamatory statements that Professor Schofield was or had been romantically involved with one of the murdered students.
It's
KG.
cool.
As Gillard's statements involved moral turpitude.
That's one thing that's different about this channel. Like, it's always been this way from the beginning. We got show conversation. We got conversation within the conversation. It's all good. It's all love. I appreciate it all.
A professor being involved with a student, they are per se defamatory in nature. Gillard knew her statements were false because she has no knowledge about anything happening in Moscow, Idaho, or at the University of Idaho. She does not know Professor Schofield and did not know KG. Gillard further knew her.
Well, I would think with this day and age, if it's got 2.5 million likes, which means they watched it and liked it. I mean, think about YouTube, right? How many likes there are compared to views? 1.1 thousand to 6.7 thousand, right? On TikTok, 2.5 million people liked the videos. You can imagine how many freaking people out there were probably trying to serve justice on their own, you know? There's some crazy people out there. So I can imagine, like, there's a reason why she had to put up all that security system and stuff. I can imagine. I can only imagine. 2.5 million likes.
Statements were false because they were not based on any facts because persons commenting on her post told her that they were false, and because Professor Schofield twice sent Gillard cease and desist letters regarding the false and defamatory post, but Gillard continued thereafter to post additional TikToks with false statements. Gillard's false TikToks defamed Professor Schofield because they were viewed millions of times and widely reposted by other TikTok users. Gillard's false statements defamed Professor Schofield's professional reputation and career at the University of Idaho, as university policy prohibits faculty members from having romantic relationships with university students. As a result of Gillard's false statements, Professor Schofield's reputation was injured, and she was subject to online ridicule and threats from Gillard's online commentators. Professor Schofield has been damaged by Gillard's false statements. Her reputation has been tarnished, and she has suffered extreme emotional distress from the constant public attention and the ongoing online conversation. Then they say they're going to ask for attorney's fees. They want compensatory and punitive damages in the amount proven at trial. Attorney's fees, cost, and disbursements incurred here, basically filing costs, pre-judgment and post-judgment interest. That means that you're entitled to interest on any award from the date the case is filed until the ultimate amount is paid, and any such other relief that the court deems equitable. And they are asking for a 12-person jury trial. Now, Miss Gillard seems like, well, let's just put it this way. I don't know. Let's be nice. We don't want to get sued, right? Let's just say I don't think I would get my true crime news and information from her. She does not seem credible to me. And we'll have to wait and see. She's got a copy of her complaint as one of her TikToks that I viewed, has it in the background. So she has it. She'll have to respond with the appropriate time from the court. Since she's out of state, she'll have 28 days in which to file that answer in Idaho. She probably should get herself an attorney. But given what I've seen and her general lack of any knowledge of the actual legal system, she's in big trouble. She'll probably won't show up. She'll get a default judgment against her, and then the real fun will begin, because then they'll have a hearing as to what the damages will be. I don't think Miss Gillard has much of anything to take, but wouldn't it be fun to see if she actually gets it? Now, obviously, it's a civil allegation. Nothing's been proven just yet. We will see what evidence she has. Evidence she has to support her claims. Somehow, I don't think that she has anything, and we'll just have to wait and see. Let's just put it that way. But you can't, and I've said this before. There's so many people.
I love this guy.
They get on all of the social media, not just on this case, regarding the Moscow, Idaho case.
And thank you for that,
Kitty.
I want to appreciate you putting that up.
They have no way in which to back it up. And I have ruffled some feathers, and I've called other people out on my show that I liked him up to a point where it just got ridiculous. And then I can't go back. It's just the way it is. I can't go back. When you start getting into, oh, they must be guilty because their body language, or they twitch, or a tarot card reading, that's garbage. Okay. That's not what gets people to court. It actually takes an allegation, right? But you have to be able to back it up. Here, Ms. Schofield, based upon the face of this is not getting dismissed. The court will look at this. The legal standard is that they must view all allegations that are true. They have the videos. It's not a big whodunit. Miss Gillard is going to have to come up with her proof to back it up, to say, no, the only defense to defamation is the truth. So, and her saying, well, I think I had it in a dream, or it came to me in a tarot card reading, that's garbage. That's garbage. That's garbage. That garbage. And why anybody would listen to that garbage is beyond me. I've said it before, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. It only matters what you can prove in a court of law with legal and competent evidence.
Yeah.
And I know there's lots of people out there in the true crime area, but some of the stuff is just ridiculous. All right. I feel better.
Oh, I love that guy. I love that guy. He said, I feel better. Boy, that was a lot, man. You did. That was a pretty 20-some minute rant there. 22-minute rant there. Yeah, I hope it just doesn't affect what we do on YouTube. That's all for the channels out there that actually do try and help. I don't know. I don't know how they go about that, you know? It is a defamation, so it is a real lawsuit. I don't know how they go about that. How do they usually do the defamation lawsuits? This guy right here, Scott Reich. Here, let me put the link back up in the channel here. Speaking of, he came out with a new video. I'm not going to play it. I might play it tomorrow night. It's called Crime Talk. I'll put that link up in the channel here, or in the chat. He did come out with a new video. Let me share that screen. I'm not going to play it tonight. I'll probably play it tomorrow night. But it's a... There's no timestamps or anything like that yet, because it just ended a little bit ago. But it's Idaho students' case and more. That was a live call-in or type your chat in for questions. So I'll go ahead and put the link to that video if you want to check that out after the show. No, I'll probably end up playing it tomorrow. But yeah, it's Crime Talk with Scott Reich. He's a defense attorney in Colorado, in Denver. The dude is the best. I get it. Whenever there's a video, we're always watching Scott Reich. Yeah, we're always watching Scott Reich. I love his stuff. He's one of my go-tos. I love it. All right. Wow, he said a lot about that one. Let me see. Let me go to the folder here. Am I going to the folder? All right. Back at the top. Oh, no problem. Yeah, he's awesome. You're back, Justice. How were your sisters? Could I see? I could see how much. Would make them stop. Yeah, exactly. Especially when, you know, your whole livelihood has changed. I mean, that's what the point of it is to like make you go, okay, I'll never do that again. And I hope it don't. Yeah, we'll save that for tomorrow's show. Let's see here. I don't think we've ever played J is for Justice, but we might play that here. That came across this was a link from Phantom. Thanks for the link, Phantom. People have been asking me to play this channel, so I got this one, White Elantra. All right, let me go to the top here. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate you. Okay. We watched that one, I think. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we don't need to watch that. $4 gas coming back in May. The unanswered questions, we'll save that for another night. That was a good video right there. So this is Fox News. Let's check out this video. Ted Williams. Who's this guy?
It's been more than 6 weeks now since the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. And despite police still having no say, the father of victim Maddie Mogan remains hopeful that they will catch the killer. Ben Mogan telling a local newspaper, quote, "From the very beginning, I've known that people don't get away with these things these days. There's too many things that you can get caught up on, like DNA and videos everywhere. This isn't something that people get away with, that goes unsolved." Ted Williams joins us now. He's a former DC homicide detective and a Fox News contributor, and someone who spent a good deal of time since these murders in Idaho. And Ted, I have a really simple question.
You too. Thank you, Willow. Thanks for being in here recently, and thanks for all your kind words. I appreciate your vibe and what you bring to the chat. Thank you. I hope you do too. And I know all of us do as well.
Given your experience, given that you've been there and watched
This
these
guy looks
investigators
familiar.
at work, how on earth is it possible that we don't even have a suspect?
Well, you know, Jonathan, at this stage of the investigation, we really don't know what they have behind the scene. We know what they're telling the public. We know that they have elicited the public's help in trying to bring the killer or killers to justice. You've got...
Okay, this guy looks familiar. Is he like some political person or something? Former DC homicide detective? I've seen him before from something. What? I can't...
Thousands
he looks familiar.
of law enforcement officers are working behind the scene
with
evidence that I hopefully, as Ben has said, will bring the killer or killers to justice, I believe.
Ted, we are all grateful always for the work that all of our police officers do. But is there any sense in your mind or any fear in your mind that there is a level of, I don't want to say...
I would love to talk Delphi for real. Like, I would love to spend a whole night on Delphi. There's so much to talk about on Delphi. What are you getting? Are you getting bored with the updates? Should I skip to something else, Cal?
Incompetence, but level of perhaps inexperience with these kind of cases in this sort of smaller police force?
Well, you know, Jonathan, when I heard that the 35
makes me think of, I've seen him on some political stuff or something.
Had a homicide out there in about 7 years was the lead in this. I was deeply concerned. But now I do realize that you have the FBI and you have the Idaho State.
Maybe I was just hoping you were meaning that because I keep saying I want to talk Delphi.
Police or force that are working in conjunction with that.
It's interesting you say that, Cherry, because that drives me nuts too. My phone started auto-correcting even though I didn't want to auto-correct, and I'm like, damn, I already hit backspace enough. Now I gotta hit backspace and click on the word suggested up above just to make sure that it types the right. Yeah. So the worst part is when it types it. You type you or I and it flip-flops them, so then it makes you look like the conversation. At
local police department. And so you do have now a great deal of experience. I was deeply concerned, as perhaps you know, about them putting the white car out there so late.
His tie makes me think of a candy cane.
I think that a case of this nature, you need the public's help in solving this crime. Somebody, Jonathan, somebody out there have seen that white car. Somebody out there knows of some...
I really do want to have a night on nothing but Delphi, for real.
Someone who came home with a wound. Somebody out there knows of someone who came home with a great deal of bloody clothes. And all law enforcement need is just that one person to come forward.
Because, you know, we watch updates like this, Kelt, and it's like, yeah, we've been watching these for a month, right? But I tell you what, there is a nice, cool new video about Delphi. We got Silky Southern Tea. If you're not following her, here's her channel in the chat again. I love her expressions. She's got the perfect face for them pictures, you know, just I gotta click on it. Delphi murders update. Where did these witnesses come from? All right, this is a short video. You guys asked me to play this channel. I don't even know why I played it. Sorry about that. Crime of Stories Obsessed UK. You guys have turned me onto this channel. I appreciate that. You guys have actually turned me on to a lot of these channels, so I really do appreciate it. A lot of these times I go to these videos, though, it's got to be it's subscription or member only or something. Yeah, members only. So normally I don't get to play them. So we'll see if I get to on this one. I'll throw the link to the video in the chat here. 1 second. Oh, damn.
Surfaced of the Corner Club from the 12th of November this year. A photo showing a male talking to Kaylee and Maddie. A photo of somebody who looks very similar to Jack Decore. But where was Jack Decore the night that this happened? Now, many people have speculated that he was apparently at...
All right. What time? What time? Tell us what time, because I want to be there. I want to support it like crazy, and I want to make sure I'm not doing my show when she's doing her show. Yeah, I know smartphones aren't that smart. There's a link to the current video. Yeah, what time is this? Yeah, what time, JSD? We'll be there. I'm excited. I want some Delphi stuff, and I want to talk some Delphi. Watch your Delphi.
At home, over in...
She's got the best information. Here, let me put her link to the... up here, too. Before we get back to this video. There we go. Yeah, let us know.
Boise at the time, even stating that he'd been seen on video footage at a bar over in Boise. But nobody
sure
has
does
seen
look
this
like
footage.
him. 95.
Many people have taken to social media to talk about he is possibly involved in this case. Somebody said the
95.
most obvious suspect is the first serious 5-year-long relationship. Ex-boyfriend, Kaylee's parents believe he is innocent, but he is the only person we know with a plausible motive. Plenty of killers have duped their victims' families. Folks don't like to admit that they're a bad judge of character. I'm actually shocked how little Jack Decore is being discussed. By his relationship with Kaylee alone, statistically the most likely suspect. That Kaylee was graduating early, leaving town, only adds to it. This would explain the repeated phone calls shortly before the murders. She tells him it's over forever. She is moving out of state, moving on with her life, and he loses it. His only alibi I've heard is that he was asleep and in Boise, which isn't much of an alibi. The police have cleared him, so what does that mean? It means nothing. Sorry, officer, you can't arrest me now. I've been cleared. If we are to entertain wild stories...
Okay, so if you really think that they had this photo in the beginning, do you really think they would come out and say that they feel that he didn't have anything to do with it? Right on. All right. I can't wait. I'm excited. Hell yeah. Please like and subscribe to her. Show up tomorrow if you're able to. But I don't have no software like that, Kel. Shit, I can't even make a freaking video clip. I have to pay Microsoft for the program, and I say no way. Just like I have to pay Hulu $69.99 just to be able to watch News Nation live. Are you kidding me? Out of your mind. But why would they come out and say that if they had this picture right off the bat when it came to him being, quote, nothing to do? That they didn't necessarily clear, but they felt that he wasn't connected.
Cartels, hits, cults, random stalkers, and serial killers, we must at least discuss statistically probable cause and suspect. But people started commenting.
See, these are older pictures. They don't show him with a beard. Who knows? With the talk about the juice going around, it don't take long. I knew people that did that shit, and it didn't take long at all. It was like, whoa. The next time you saw him, it was like, whoa. So, where's the pictures of him with this beard? Because that's recent. They have to, Coat. Yeah, it had him balancing an axe and all sorts of stuff.
To this. And one person said, if Jack wasn't over her and had any hope, for sure his phone would have been on loud just in case she called. He's a skinny thing from the pics I've seen. He also just doesn't look like the type of person that would be out there in the cold stabbing people. Even if he just snapped. I'd have a hard time believing it, unless there was a tremendous amount of luck throughout, and he never expected to get away with it. I tried to think about how I'd end up calling someone 7
See, look at how old these pictures are.
times without ever sending a text. But Kaylee's sister said that she would often repeatedly call people until they answered, even if it was a dumb question like, what should I eat? I hate to speak ill of the departed, but that sounds like a very annoying, immature, attention-seeking behavior, one girl said. Somebody else commented, this is a pre-thought-out, planned attack. But without knowing what kind of evidence and DNA was left behind, we don't know if that is the truth. It could just be that the DNA they do have is not on police databases because this person may not have committed a crime previously, which makes me think that there's even more of a possibility that this was another student or someone close to them.
So she thinks no?
And we don't know if that is the truth. It could just
I want to
be
hear this again.
He's
This
possibly involved in this case.
I'm going to go back to the beginning.
A male talking to Kaylee and Maddie. A photo of somebody who looks very similar
This
to
is a really
Jack
good
Decor.
video.
But where was Jack Decor the night that this happened? Now, many people have speculated that he was apparently at home over in Boise at the time, even stating that he'd been seen on video footage at a bar over in Boise. But no.
Yeah, there's a lot of people feeling like they already know. They just are waiting on the ironclad evidence to nail this person. There is a lot of that going around right now. Justice, that's for sure.
Nobody has seen this footage. But many people have taken to social media to talk about he is possibly involved in this case. Somebody said the most obvious suspect is the first serious 5-year-long relationship. Ex-boyfriend, Kaylee's parents believe. He is innocent, but he is the only person we know with a plausible motive. Plenty of killers have duped their
right.
victims' families. Folks don't like to admit that they're a bad judge of character.
Right?
I'm actually shocked how little Jack Decoy
And it didn't go the way that he wanted it to go.
is being discussed. By his relationship with Kaylee alone, statistically the most likely suspect. That Kaylee was graduating early, leaving town, only adds to it.
That's a lot of balancing he's doing.
This would explain the repeated phone calls shortly before the murders. She tells him it's over forever. She is moving out of state, moving on with her life, and he loses it. His only alibi I've heard is that he was asleep and in Boise, which isn't much of an alibi. The police have cleared him, so what does that mean? It means nothing. Sorry, officer, you can't arrest me now. I've been cleared. If we are to entertain wild stories of drug cartels, hits, cults, random stalkers, and serial killers, we must at least discuss statistically probable cause and suspect. But people started commenting to this, and one person said, if Jack wasn't over her and had any hope, for sure his phone would have been on loud just in case she called.
Right?
He's a skinny thing from the pics I've seen. He also just doesn't look like the type of person that would be out there in the cold stabbing people.
Thank you so much for hopping in, SRB. Appreciate you.
I'd have a hard time believing it, unless there was a tremendous amount of luck throughout, and he never expected to get away with it.
What?
I tried to think about how I'd end up calling someone's.
Hopefully you had a good birthday, SRB, and hopefully y'all get some good sleep. If a person gets to a mental crazy, they can be... I mean, and plus, if they're that jealous, you know what I'm saying? Like, jealousy can go a long-ass way, too. And it'll make you want to do some crazy-ass shit. Yeah, good night. Yeah. So, let me see here. Deals with an old roommate, that 40, 50-something-year-old person? Is that who you're talking about, Justice?
7 times without ever sending a text. But Kaylee's sister said that she would often repeatedly call people until they answered, even if it was a dumb question like, what should I eat? I hate to speak ill of the departed, but that sounds like a very annoying, immature, attention-seeking behavior, one girl said.
Yeah.
Somebody else commented, this is a pre-thought-out, planned attack. But without knowing what kind of evidence and DNA was left behind, we don't know if that is the truth. It could just be that the DNA they do have is not on police databases because this person may not have committed a crime previously, which makes me think that there's even more of a possibility that this was another student or someone close to them, possibly of a similar age. But the parents of Kaylee Gonzalez are maintaining their daughter's ex-boyfriend's innocence after it was revealed that she called him many times at night. Steve and Kirsty Gonzalez spoke about the ongoing investigation into the stabbing death of their daughter, Kaylee, and
good evening, Justice.
Hi, how are you?
They even pointed out
I'm good. Is the music too loud?
Wasting their time looking into Jack Decoy.
No, I can hear both of them at the same. I can hear the video of
their daughter.
Let me go. I'll turn it down a little
Jack
bit anyway.
is just distraught as we
What do you think? Do you think it's the same person right here?
I think this, total speculation, my theory, in my opinion.
Always.
When to put that up there. So, looking at this case, and I haven't covered the case on my channel stuff, because stuff has gone just haywire at the very beginning, and info's here and there and scattered, and we're trying to find all this stuff. And, for the longest time, I think that one of the things that everybody, has theories of, okay, somebody came in, did they, target this person, and was it that person targeted, and then accidentally these people got targeted, and just everything. And one of the things that interested me at the time, and again, this is a total theory, so I just want to say that.
Of course.
Is the roommate that I think everybody's familiar with, who was
Say that again. You were cutting out a little bit.
Hannah, and I may be pronouncing it incorrectly, but I'm sorry. Hannah, the old roommate.
Okay.
And the reason I bring that up, that it makes so much sense to me about that, either a very good friend, maybe even relative, so Hannah used to be a roommate for, and help me for my brain freeze here, of the main person they kept saying is targeted the whole time, right? The main girl, they're like, oh, it's a stalker, it's an ex-boyfriend, it's a this, it's a that, or whatever. And Hannah used to be a roommate in the spring of the following year with her, and she was allegedly being bullied by them, by these people. They didn't connect. You know how you can get that? You get a dorm room with somebody you just don't connect with whatsoever, and they're just not your thing, right? So, like, these guys are, I'm sure, very popular. They're in the fraternity, sorority thing. They're all this kind of stuff. Where Hannah, who was the roommate at the time, is an English major. She was going to go and get her master's degree. She was a junior. So she was a year younger, or a year within the year with them. And she sat here and just was a totally different type of personality. So I went to look farther into more about her and some relatives and friends and stuff of hers that, obviously are from the Idaho area as well as the Utah area. And the thing was, she just recently had committed suicide in February of this year. So it was on February 24th. And her birthday was November 15th of 2000. So if you look at the date of when these murders happened, we're also talking about the closeness of her birthday and the date of the murders. Again, this is my theory, in my opinion, whatever. So, you've got this sudden death of this poor girl who felt like she was bullied, total different type of group of people to hang out or whatever. Again, it's her thing of allegedly that it was this roommate here who was bullying her at the time before they went into there. And so, I'm looking stuff of things of family and all that kind of stuff. And we're talking locations of, obviously family and friends of stuff of people, not only in Idaho, but in the Utah area, and looking at locations of where people lived. And I will just say that I have confirmed on a motor vehicles check of ownership of a 2008 Hyundai Sonata, white. So that was kind of interesting to find. I just feel like if you thought about, could this be a possibility? The reason I think it could be a possibility is only because think about, and this is scenario, whatever. If somebody comes and they feel like that they want to blame somebody for somebody's suicide, and they are more upset because these kids, maybe they're fixing to graduate, right? They've moved on with their lives. They're fixing to leave for the holiday break. It's around Hannah's birthday time. The suicide is very fresh. It just happened in February. And you go to the place as revenge, maybe.
As
and
a tribute.
And you don't care which of the 4 you saw,
right.
because you're pissed at all of them, right? You're blaming all of them. So, but who would you target more, maybe? Because in your mind, you're trying to blame her previous roommate. And maybe the target isn't about a boyfriend, or isn't about a stalker, or isn't about an ex. Maybe it's about somebody trying to be upset and blame
revenge. Yeah.
As revenge for that reason.
It's interesting you brought her name up tonight, because I was actually going to rewatch this video that talked about her, because it's kind of weird. I had that weird feeling, and I'm glad you mentioned her. ATS has a good question. Does anybody know where she was when she unalived herself?
Yeah, it was in Idaho. It said in the obituary, which, by the way, if you're ever trying to look into people's cases, you can learn a lot by obituaries. Let me see here. It talks about that she did in her house. Now, when they say her house, I don't know if they mean actually her home with her parents, or maybe actually at the actual dorm itself.
And maybe she felt so uncomfortable, she went home, and then just she had sleeping pills. Yeah, one of my friends in high school did that. Yeah.
So, I mean, and I'm just saying that kind of theory makes some sense to me, just in the fact of, when you think about it, if it's, let's say it's a stalker, right? If it's a stalker, in my opinion, I feel like a stalker and stuff is purposely going to make sure you're alone. They've been stalking you. They watch you. They make sure when you're by yourself. Right. So they're gonna try to get you when you're alone and nobody else is around.
Yeah.
And if it's somebody who's also, again, just going to break in the place to just maybe be attacking girls, well, as soon as that person saw that the male came home around the same time, may have stopped and hesitated of going in there because it was to attack the girls. And then you would have had more of maybe a sexual assault situation, right? That could have happened.
Yeah, because that's what they're going to want to make sure that they're alone, so they can ultimately do everything that they want to do, not just go in there and make it a slaughter.
Right.
And what you're bringing up totally makes sense of why it was such a messy scene and so graphic.
Because that person could be blaming them, and it doesn't matter that the friends are there, because this person may know of those friends, right? They blame them of, we believe this person's a bully and you helped her bully, or you were a bully, or whatever their mindset and stuff was. So the other thought that made me go now, and I say this with hesitation because I'm not quite sure that I know the full correct details of the part where they kept talking. Remember where they brought up that the girls back and forth on their phones kept trying to communicate with her ex-boyfriend, and they kept going back and forth and saying that, they were both communicating like they were trying to get a hold of him. I mean, it makes me think, even, what if the reason they were trying to get a hold of him, what if it was them because the person who came to get them wanted them to lure him there. Or maybe that person was using their phones to try to lure them there, because he would have been dating her at the time of the so-called bullying that was happening to Hannah.
Say that again? You think they were lured?
I'm wondering if there was a possibility of trying to lure the ex-boyfriend. Remember, the two girls were they said there was messages back and forth through the night, talking to the ex-boyfriend, like trying to imply to get him to the house, to get him over there.
Right.
I'm curious if that was maybe the actual person who committed the crime could have asked them to try to get him there, or whatever, because he would have been dating her when this was going on. So it made, that's just a wild theory. I don't know of the full details of the text that were going back and forth, but this urgent text of like trying to get a hold of him, I'm just curious if it could have been, you need to get him over here, because they were going to do something to him, or maybe it was the actual person committing the crime who used both their phones to do it. I don't know. But that's another theory and stuff like that too, because I don't think they worried about getting anybody else other than maybe that group of friends who they blame for the bullying of her.
Right.
And this would be an extreme stressful time for the family of poor Hannah. She's only been gone since February. The holidays are fixing to approach, the first Thanksgiving and Christmas without her. It's her birthday on the 15th of November. And they're moving on with their lives and fixing to graduate, and she's gone.
That's interesting. I mean, and it definitely would account for all the rage that took place in the crime. I did look up a 2008 white Hyundai Sonata that I have in the background here.
Yep.
And I'm trying to bring up an image of this car from the gas station.
Yeah.
Here it is. Let me play this real quick. Okay, so here's this. So this is the picture from the gas station. And I see like a little scoop coming up at the end there. I'm not seeing it on the white Hyundai Sonata. It looks straight when it comes to the back part.
Yeah.
This one's got a little scoop to it.
See, and I don't know if that's the one that has the sunroof.
Sunroof?
Yeah, there's a Hyundai that has a sunroof and stuff like that too. I just thought it was interesting that there is a connection and stuff to a potentially white similar car that's in ownership of that. So
I mean, it makes sense for all the rage to take place, you know?
Yeah.
Not that it was, because I feel like if it was SK, I feel like something else would have went down by now. You know, if they got away with it, I feel like something else.
Well, and here's the thing. And like I said, this popped up in the middle.
Ooh,
This was like
hold
at
on a
random.
minute. What is this? Is this a Sonata? That's got a little scoop to the back.
Yep. See,
Right
it's got
there.
they got like a sunroof on it. See that? Looks like it's got like maybe a sunroof right there. I think just because of the shape of it, it makes it almost look.
Oh, that's 2020. Here, 1 second. Here's what it clicked on when I brought it up. It's got a 2020. Let me see here. I mean, but the rage makes sense. And who says that this video picture that we're looking at is even the person that did the crime either, you know?
Right. Well, and my other thought is maybe that's the other reason that the police don't seem so overly concerned that some random person is randomly going out there committing murder, right? Maybe it's because they do think it's targeted, so they're not, you know what I mean? They're not worried about somebody in there because it would be directly targeted, right? That it's revenge for something that's going on, or suspect that that's what kind of thing went on. So again, I'm not saying that's it and I've solved the crime.
No.
I'm just saying that in the middle of the night, I was sitting here looking at this, and I went in and I was like, that Hannah thing, I need to look a little more. And when I looked in that and started to look a little bit more about family and friend locations, I'm not saying any specific, not dropping any names here, but there are people very close by still there, and it is fresh. This is fresh. And it makes sense why if it was targeted, then you know how to target that person, right? You don't get to 3 other people to get to your targeted. You just wait for your targeted and you get them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You wait till that person's by themselves and you get that person. But if you go in there and you don't, if you don't give a shit because you think that you're blaming this group of people, this whole group of people, maybe you don't give a shit from it, but boy, you're more mad at one person than another.
Whatever you come out with is a win to you in that situation, basically.
Right, because you are pissed, you are mad, you are hurt because you believe that these people did somebody else wrong and they're gone and you're living on your life.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my theory.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, and it's for real. Like, I don't know what made me think about this video again, but I had to search for it, and then I found it, and I'm like, man, I feel like we need to watch something about this girl again because, I mean, but I don't know that the whole. I tell you what, though, what do you think about the Jack D picture, though? You think he was at the corner club? Do you think it's a real picture?
I don't know anymore because some of this stuff, there's been so much fake crap that has come out all over the place. And, and baloney that's just flying all over. You don't know which stuff is true statements and which one aren't, I mean,
I think the picture's real. I think the picture's real. Did you see the part, were you in the show tonight where we were looking at the zoomed up pictures and stuff?
I missed that part.
Okay, there was a corner club picture, and because this makes sense too, like this dude this is what a lot of chat's been saying tonight about this dude being jealous and lying about the alibi because he's we feel, we're not 100, but we feel like it really is him. I'm just trying to find that video real quick here. 1 second. I'll play it for you and I'll zoom it in and then you can tell us what you think.
I mean, what's sad is a lot of people, if you sit here and you go back to being in your 20s and are you being bothered, stalked, or whatever by guys at school? Well, no shit. That's not an uncommon thing. You got people staring at you, following you, and watching wherever you are and at the same parties. But you could name a million people like that.
Yeah. Let me see. I think it was I thought it was another video we watched. I guess not. Maybe it was Read Me the News. And I did put the links up to the stream earlier. I'll put the link up to this video again.
There is a new...
Okay. So it's got a picture. Here, let me see if I can zoom it in here. Here's a link to the video real quick. Okay, full screen. All right, so you got this guy standing right here or sitting here
Yeah.
on this chair. This is at the corner club the night that they took place. Supposedly Jack D, the one that the girls called, both of these girls called multiple times.
Yeah.
This is supposedly him, but he told LE that he was asleep the whole time, and he also told them that's why he didn't answer his phone when they did call him, because he was asleep.
Maddie in the black coat and appears to be sitting here.
So here it is zoomed up. Okay. And
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting because they have the same, it looks like he's making the same facial gesture in both pictures, in my opinion. You look at the hat, it's darker here, it's darker here, it's lighter here, it's lighter here. You can see, and this is at the 1 minute 32 mark of the video if anybody needs to go to it on their own source. It looks like there's something with legs on the hat. You can tell that something sticks out here. You can't really see it here, but maybe just a teeny bit, but definitely see something sticking out here. You got something that has the same exact shape, that has something sticking out in the same exact spot as this image right here. You got the pointy tip of the nose, beady eyes. SRB mentioned that earlier. Beady eyes. You can tell this one's leaning in, looking in a little more. Then this one's out straight. This one's out straight. This one's looking in a little more. Wide mustache. Light soul patch. A beard. Look at the same facial structure right there when you're following my. It's the same chin, same shape of face. In my opinion, 95%, I think this is the dude. I don't know. I think that, and the way that she broke up with him just a couple weeks before these crimes took place.
Yeah.
And she ended it with him right before she was getting ready to take off with the dog on her own. And it seems like maybe, because I don't know.
No,
It's
I
weird.
think, I mean, obviously one of the big things at that time was saying that, why would they turn around and both repeatedly keep messaging him, right? Obviously there's stuff they know about in those messages that we don't know.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to stop him from blowing the lid off. You know?
Did they piss him off by messages that were going back and forth? Was there, you know what I mean? Was there something else and stuff going on there? I mean, I thought that was odd. That's why I thought, okay, and if you go this way, what's happening stuff from there. But if he's mad at her, and I'm just being the devil's advocate, just like I can contradict my own earlier theory. If he's mad at her, why does he go and take out everybody else?
No choice, because she's getting ready to go. I think this is one theory that I have, right? I think she broke the news to him at the last minute because of how long they were together. She broke the news to him at the last minute. He didn't like the news because he thought the break was just going to be a break, which then ended up being, no, I just really don't want to be with you. He didn't want that. He has so much love for her. He didn't want nobody else to have her, because in a lot of these situations, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. And he knew that she was going to be leaving because she was only in town just to show off her vehicle. And then she was going to be heading back to Texas with the puppy. So it was a situation, I think, in that theory that I have, is that he knew he didn't. That's why it didn't matter. The people downstairs didn't make no noise. So, what the fuck are they going to see? But the people upstairs, second and third floor did. So he was like, fuck it. It wasn't about, I could see how people, like even the dad thinks that she was the target because maybe she was. Maybe, you know, he knew that he had to go downstairs first so he could go upstairs. It's anything is possible. It's just crazy how, like, I never thought he really had much to do with it for a long time. But man, this picture right here, let me get rid of us. This picture right here. I don't know, man. That looks, even just the hat right there. I mean, there's so many things that say it's him, that looks like him. And man, with your alibi not being the alibi, you don't, if you love your girlfriend that much, you don't have your ringer on in case she needs you in the middle of the night. What man that's that in love with his woman doesn't have his ringer turned on in case the love of his life needs him, you know?
Okay, right, but okay. What if you go out and you're partying and you're drunk and doing drugs and shit and you don't even remember what the hell you did? What's the first excuse you're going to say? I bring this such as, think of the, you know, first of all, you know, I'm going to be hesitant on any photos after the Delphi case, right? Any sketches, any photos.
You're right.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait a minute. Don't give me the bridge guy again. I can't handle that shit. But he's going to sit here. He has no clue. So what's the first thing that's going to come out of your mouth? I don't know where I was. I was doing drugs. I was doing whatever. So his stupidity is going to be, I went home and I went to bed.
Yeah.
Because maybe he doesn't remember or whatever. I agree with you. He could be pissed off and stuff about it. But even if she broke up with you, I'm sorry, you're not picking up the ring from her. Come on, CJ. You're not picking up the ring from her as quick as you did before.
I'm just saying he probably got the news he didn't want, because when they were supposed to be taking a break for a few weeks, right? That's when. So, and then I think that night he got the news that he wasn't wanting. The whole "did you tell Adam" stuff, I feel, has something to do with what the frick took place. And I feel like jealousy from this dude, I can totally see how he would have the rage to be able to do this. And the fact that it was like a last minute, not what he was wanting or expecting, or he even, I mean, I don't know. It just, and then we've been hearing a lot of stuff the last couple days about these social media posts about people talking about somebody leaving their phone at home on YouTube on autoplay, so there's no ping, there's no noise. It's, so maybe that's why he didn't answer his phone. Maybe he was already waiting. He knew to leave his phone on autoplay at home, and maybe he was sitting back in the woods waiting for him to shut the lights off. He already knew the code because he knows it, and he just put the code in, typed, walked right in, knew the whole layout in the dark because he'd been there so much. He didn't need, I don't know, this picture just, I never thought of this guy being involved, but this picture just is really telling me something different. And Kid Kitty, I believe it was a security camera monitor that somebody that worked at the corner club took a picture, and that's where the picture came from. I don't know if the picture was leaked. I don't know where. I think it came up in some Reddit post or something, right?
Is it time stamped? Do you know if it's time stamped?
I don't know. I don't have the actual photo. I just off of the other channel here is where. But if anybody does have the photo, if you can send it to me, let me know. And if you do, let me know because I don't know if I get emails.
Have a timestamp on it. I mean, obviously, if it doesn't,
I think it does. I think it does. There's another video. Hold on. Let me go back to. Let's see. Let me check out this part. Camera 3. Let's see if they have anything on there. Yep, there's a timestamp. 1 second. Okay, it comes up quick. $11/13/2022. What?
At 1:32. 11. What? Wait a minute.
1:32 in the morning. 11/13/2022 at 1:32 in the morning. If he wanted to get her, it's more like he woke up. I just feel like the rage, he just didn't give a shit. Like,
well, I don't think anybody, I mean, I feel, at least in my opinion, I don't think anybody had to know the code to get in there.
Good point, Vicky. No, I don't think anybody did either.
I think that they left the doors open. You crashed where you crashed, and you know what? And that was it. You didn't. I guarantee you, they just didn't worry about shit, and they went to bed. You know, everybody goes to their room or whatever, and you know they didn't give a shit what time it was.
And I'm not saying he needed the code to get in. I think it was left open anyway. But who knows the code more than Kaylee's boyfriend? I mean, he knows the code as much as Ethan does because they occupy the same residency there. They just kick it. They don't necessarily live there. And that's a good point, Vicky. And she feels the 911 call isn't released because people were disclosing information.
We have a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Justice sent email of 2008 Elantra GLS. The first pic angle looks like zoomed in pic you have. One I found is black, but I can see it. Yeah. I mean, and it's like the whole theory that's connected to that girl that you're talking about. You know, that at the same time, it's like, hey, it didn't matter. It's the rage. It doesn't. You're just there to complete your mission, and what happens in between is what happens in between. You just want to complete it. In both scenarios, that's for sure.
Well, and I think if that's the case scenario that happened, then my guess in that would be is that he would have got there and went up to the third floor first. He would have got to the girls on the third. Person would have got to the third floor, and then he would have heard the footsteps on the second floor, and that would have made the guy and his girlfriend come out to see what the shit was going on.
Who said he didn't go upstairs first? You know.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean, though. That's I think that's how that would have happened. Because I don't think he would have been mad enough to kill two other people. But I think if he's leaving that, oh my God, I just killed them, and I'm going downstairs and I'm going to get caught, and they just saw me. Now that's why there's two other people who are gone.
And they heard shit popping off upstairs. That's why, because you know what I mean. You got to think about it like this: if you're in the second floor, right, and you hear shit popping off, you know us as men, we're the ones that are getting up, going to see what's going on. The ladies are staying inside the bedroom under the blanket. You know.
I guess
that could easily be what happened too.
There's some serious women who pop out with a revolver on their own.
Out with a double barrel shotgun or something. Yeah, I'm not saying that they don't, but what I mean is like, you know, with who has defensive wounds and who doesn't, what's being speculated anyway. That would make sense where this person would have went upstairs first, downstairs heard something going on, and that's why somebody was left in a hallway doorway and the other person was left in the bedroom. It's just, we looked up what was his name, something Rolling, Danny Rolling or something. Yeah, we looked that up. The one that inspired the movie Scream, the movie that was screened in Moscow just a couple weeks before. There's been some interesting similarities with some of that stuff, and that's another theory we've been tossing around too. If it is an SK, is there's a lot of similarities when it comes to K-bar knife. The reason nobody heard anything was they were bound, but these people weren't. I did hear about that in the beginning, but I think that's been debunked, right? The whole bound stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard.
You think they were hiding in the house waiting, Kib Kitty? Maybe it was this person we're looking at tonight hiding in the house or something. What are you thinking, Kib Kitty? I know you've been on a lot. I've been seeing you on a lot of channels, and so I'm sure you got a lot of brain stew to spill out. What do you think? Who do you think it is involved? How do you think it took place? What do you think, Kib Kitty? I'm interested because you've been around a lot on the channels.
Yeah, because I'm thinking if you put this in the timeline of the spotting of him at, what does it say, 1:32, and then you've got the vehicle timing shown. I mean, that's the other thing. What does the vehicle connect, right? Does he have a connect to this vehicle? Because I feel like they know more about this vehicle. You know what I'm saying?
I think he does have a connection to a white vehicle, doesn't he? I could have swore I seen video. I'm gonna have to look through my subscription list. If you give me a couple minutes, I'll focus on that real quick. I'll see if I can find. But if anybody in chat knows of a video or anything, go ahead and email.
Well, let me look at his background stuff in here.
Yeah, give me 1 minute.
See, what is his official full name, guys? I'll pull up a background check on him. It's awful interesting. It's so sad that there are so many potential people who could have harmed these girls, though. You know? I'd like to see what vehicle he has registered under him. I just don't think they would point out that car so much as they had without knowing something about that vehicle. Like there's a little bit more that they know about it than we do. Other than, you know what I mean? Other than just it showing up on film.
Man, these are videos. They have to be from a while back. I could have swore.
You know what is it? What is it? His official full name, CJ?
Decour. To spell it, I would assume it's Decour, maybe an E at the end. I think it was JOR that had a video. Let me just go to his channel real quick. I think it was him, but I don't know for sure. White Hyundai. Dang it.
Check all your sleuth detectives out there.
I got so many freaking videos. Okay, let's see. Wipe.
What did we call your group of followers? The evil ones, the evil doers?
I don't know. I haven't even figured it out. Let's see. 3 ways.
Jack of Dad has an Elantra.
Oh, brown truck. Yeah, that's what it is. The dad has the vehicle. But there, maybe that's
his dad. Are they originally from Idaho? Kib Kitty, is the family then from Idaho? That he could have grabbed that brown truck.
Where is this?
Because
video?
if he's at this bar sitting there at 1:32, so we got to look at the timeline.
Yep.
According to him, And then they said the vehicle is spotted, what, 3:45-ish?
Yeah, something like somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay, so you're
Uh-oh. Am I gone?
talking within the span. You got 2 hours. I see you. Well, I don't see you. I can hear you.
Okay.
We're not on the screen anymore.
No, my StreamYard has been acting really weird the last couple days, and I must have got cut out for a minute there. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Well, I was just talking about when you're looking at the timeline, you got like a 2-hour thing in between there, right? So at 1:32, if that's him being spotted, which it looks like him, long as nobody, screwed with anything in it, it looks like him. I mean, you definitely can tell just from the bend at the smile in the face, right, in the cheekbone.
Yeah, and even the soul patch, the light soul patch, even. I'm just saying, the hat's a dead giveaway to me. The hat is more telling than any of it. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So then filling in that gap and stuff. Would he have the mindset though, if he's really, really pissed to go commit this crime, go switch vehicles from his brown truck to another car in order to commit that crime and then leave?
Maybe he already thought. Maybe when she first broke the news to him about wanting a break, maybe that's when he started thinking, oh my gosh. And maybe he was, I mean, this is a crazy freaking crime for anybody to commit, right?
Oh yeah.
So you've had to be thinking about this shit for days leading up to it, I would assume, if you're coming from a spot where it's the old roommate or it's this guy.
I mean, here's the thing too, and I don't know what you thought about this, but I mean, this has crossed the mind. I mean, they do say, and I guess once we,
Thank you, Vicky, for hanging out. I appreciate you.
I think that when they talk about the victims and the wounds and stuff like that too, I think the other part you have to consider is, so if we're sitting down and laying down next to somebody, and let's assume that the bed is up against the wall, okay? And you go in and you're stabbing somebody, and there's 2 people there. One of those people wake up while you're stabbing the first person, right? You start stabbing the first person, and that person is awake. And then they turn around and the other person wakes up, and now they're going to be fighting and trying to push away or for whatever. So if they're farther away from you, I just visually see in the sense where you're now trying to stretch over another person to reach and to stab towards that person. And if you're stabbing towards them, you're not doing a straight up and down stabbing. I'm sorry to be graphic in this manner, but you're not doing a straight up and down stabbing to maybe the person's body who is closest to you, because you're reaching over and you're stabbing that person. So instead of a clean uplift from the stabbing, you could be having more of a pull back. You know what I mean? So that it wouldn't necessarily be straight up and down wounds, as far as it could be a little more stretched out because of how far away you are reaching over to the body, if that makes any sense.
You sound like an expert on that, Justice.
Well, I haven't stabbed anybody lately, but
I'm just saying you sound like more of an expert than the dude that's on the news bragging about he's an old Navy SEAL and he knows what
you mean the guy who says, knows. I know words. I know how to speak words.
Yeah, that guy. You sound like more of an expert than him. So I appreciate you being, sharing that with us. It makes me wonder. But I'm just playing. Kelt has a good question, and this is a question I brought up when we first started looking at. Thank you, Cherry, for this picture. Justice, if you can see it, the back window does scoop up.
Yeah.
And this is a 2008 Elantra. Thank you so much, Cherry Chair, for that. But Kelt brings up a good question too. Is this hat common in that area? And that's what I was wondering in the beginning of all this. Is this a hat that is common to the area, or is this a hat that is something from his hometown? What is his hometown? More like a slice. Good evening, Cynthia. Thanks for hopping in. Yes, I welcome everybody coming in. He was a tennis player. Vicky.
Oh my God.
That's true.
That's hilarious. Right. I mean, nobody's trying to be, disgusting or morbid or whatever, but you do have to think about that. There's reasons for the wounds and stuff. Because when people go, oh, well, the wounds could have been more like they were really slicing open the person or gashing open the person. Well, if she wakes up because you're stabbing the person's body that's closest to you and you reach over and she's fighting like shit because she's not asleep. Now she's awake. She knows what you did to the first person. So the closest to the wall is stretching far away from you. You've got to reach over to that person to do it. And it's not going to be an up and down motion. It's going to be stabbed and then across, stab and then across to come back towards you.
Just like an expert.
Shit. I do eat steak. I do have steak, but
just like an expert. The expert that I get to have on panel.
Oh, how sad. How very sad.
I need to start putting that in my title. Stabbing expert, justice served daily.
Well, I mean, hey, all of your true crime people who love true crime, you know that's what stuff you pay attention to because you're used to hearing that in every case of what kind of wounds and what kind of stuff, to try to figure that out. So I think there could be a little bit more explanation that could be simple as far as why her wounds were different in that sense.
So what is on the hat? I'm thinking it's like a tiger of some sort, no?
I don't know. Can you zoom in on the good picture? Do you have a picture, just a good picture of it?
I thought this was the video that I started off with tonight. Let me go. Let me see if I can find the other one. Because
right, Kill. I have all these talents you didn't know about.
Expert enthusiast.
Yes. And by the way, just to any of your viewers who were trying to catch the show about the Delphi that we're doing and don't know, I had been rushed to the hospital on that Sunday within hours just before the show would have happened. And if you can ask Kilt or Mama Bear, any of them, I have to be very, very sick to not go do a scheduled live. Okay. And I had to be picked up by ambulance and was taken in. And I had found out that I had a kidney stone that went septic, and I was septic for 5 days in intensive care. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, it had spread. They were trying to avoid that if they could go in, that the infection wouldn't spread, but unfortunately it did. So I had to be put on IV antibiotics for 5 days. And then finally, luckily I did get to be sent home, but right before Christmas here. And yeah, so
wow.
That's how that is what has to happen for me not to do my show on a scheduled time.
Wow.
So but yeah, so and then EvilleCJ was wonderful because I sent a quick message, like I don't even know what I even said in Discord to like my ladies and stuff real quickly or something right before the ambulance came, and I just like I think I put like canceled or abort. I don't even know what I did, And so she was trying to make sure that the message reached them and wasn't quite sure. But because my kid likes to do video games and stuff and things like that on Twitch, she had heard me talk about EvilleCJ and his games, and me talking about, how poorly he plays Fortnite. But anyway,
I'm good with the sticks. What are you talking about? Shit.
So she had known that and stuff, and I had brought it up before, and I had said, "Oh, I watched the gaming that he did on YouTube. I didn't watch it on Twitch." So I guess it was so funny because then later, like when I'm, still at the hospital and stuff, and she comes to visit, and then she tells me, she goes, "Oh yeah," she goes, she goes, "Well, I contacted EvilleCJ," and I'm like, "Oh my God!" I was like, I don't think that EvilleCJ feels like he would know me well enough to sit there and do that. But he was very kind. He contacted Kelt for me, and made sure that my YouTube friends kind of had an update of that I was in the hospital and what was going on. So,
honestly, like I didn't do nothing. Like at first, I got the mess. I logged on. Thank God I've been doing some gaming because that was the only reason I even got on my Twitch, because I was gonna do some gaming that night, and that's when I saw that I got a message. And when I got the message, I was like, okay, this is a weird message, because we had just talked about the night before some of the experiences that you had went through with other YTers and shit, and so I was like, well, this is a really odd message. I don't want to give out information, but I'll definitely take that information that was given to me and give it to the people that I know would be able to do something with it, So I was a little skeptical right in the beginning, because I'm like, this is a really weird message. Here's the Discord, whatever. But yeah, I appreciate Kelt for reaching out, and I'm glad that the Discord and the whole gaming Twitch thing was able to get to the right people, because God knows I don't know how to do shit on Discord. So I'm glad that Kelt and everybody else knows how to do that stuff. So I didn't really do nothing. I appreciate you saying the kind words. I was really worried about you, and I care about you a lot. And I've definitely missed you in the show since. And I missed your voice too. But I just passed along the information. I'm just glad that everybody else was able to do something with that information, because I know I wouldn't have been able to. And good evening, Ava. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate you.
No, it's just so funny how we can connect with people and not really know. We know too much of stuff, and I thought, oh my God, I can't. EvilleCJ's gonna think it's nuts of what's going on. But you know what? I just feel like I conquered. I feel like I conquered and beat death again. I stole another one from it, and because as you guys, some of you know that I have heart issues, so that's a dangerous thing to have happen when you have heart issues. So I still have antibiotics and stuff, major ones I'm on at home, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I missed everybody too. Kelt and all of them laughed at me because I came back, and when I was well enough finally in the unit I was in, I had started talking, and I told them actually they had to transport me. This is how bad they had to emergency transport me from one hospital to another. And I had an emergency surgery that day that they took me. That night they went in.
Wow.
So when they were transporting me from the one hospital to the other, there was two ladies in the ambulance who were transporting me. And I'm sitting there going like, oh my God. I said, I can't believe this, blah, 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 blah. And then I told them, I said, man, I was supposed to do a live stream today. And they were like, live stream, what do you do? And I was like, oh, well, I cover true crime on YouTube. And then they both were like, wow, we love true crime. What stuff do you
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So I'm talking to these ladies, and so Kelt and Amy and Paige and all of them were just laughing at me because they're like, oh my God, she's going in for surgery and she's still promoting true crime channel.
Nice. Nice.
So, but yeah. So, and then when I'm in the room, I was so hard to not have my computer, and it was very difficult to. But I did have true crime playing on the television at 24/7 in my room, so I at least felt connected there. But
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
but
How'd
yes,
you do?
we will get to do the show. It will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. So if
Sweet.
anybody wants to see the Delphi final show that we were doing about all of this, please feel free to join us. And again, thank you, CJ, for getting that message and wondering why you suddenly have somebody's daughter contacting you.
No, it's cool. Like, I tell her I appreciate her for doing that, you know? Seriously, I really do, because, she didn't know me either,
Yeah.
But definitely tell her I appreciate her doing that as well. And I can't wait for tomorrow, because we definitely need some Delphi talk. And I'm glad, how long of a stream do you think it's going to be? Like 2 or 3 hours or something? How long do you
I
think?
would say it could be a couple hours.
Is
If we think
everybody?
if it's yeah, all of us will be there again.
Okay, cool.
That's what I had to make sure. I want to make sure everybody's going to be there, and then
First ever, everybody. First ever.
yeah, we're gonna try to it's going to be very in depth of the timeline, in depth with video sources and stuff like that too. And then of course we're going to try to answer questions and stuff of people in the chat and stuff as we go. So you know how that can do. We can either run, some stuff can run a lot quicker than other parts, and then others could take a lot longer because we get a little more in depth and discussion of some things. But yeah, so we're excited to go through some of that. I have some other research I'm doing also on the case that may pop up, but what that is, which I can't share yet at this time.
Yeah, you don't want Kelt smacking you.
Would not be part of that show. I'll just say, because what that information would reveal would probably have to be its own show on its own. So, yeah. So yes, we got some things going on.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then I think maybe, I don't know what you got going on tomorrow night, but if you'd like to come on the show, I'd like to have a show of just Delphi tomorrow after your Delphi stream. If I don't know what you have going on, but if you'd like to be a part of it and you're available, I think that'd be awesome too. And Kelt, I think it could be an A, it could be an H, it could be an M, it could be.
Chair. I think it M too. M is what the first. And I'm bad at seeing stuff in blurry photography here, but it almost looks like an M to me as well. But she said like Michigan, or you know what, that could be in Nebraska too.
But to me, it looks like some sort of cat, because if you look at this, it looks like this is a head and this is a tail. Or some sort of animal. Like there's definitely something bigger sticking out on this side and something smaller sticking out on this side. And in the other picture that we were showing, it looks like it's a tail. So if it looks maybe like it's orange.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and it could be from any team, because like how when we were looking at the grub truck, all of those kids were wearing Lakers and, all sorts of different Cincinnati Bengals. Like, are there more pictures? No, this is the only one. I don't know. This is the only one that's getting released, and I don't know if you guys.
If there was we had just that picture we could zoom in on.
Yeah, this is
all
all
I was trying to see a nice clear one, but let me see here.
Yeah, if anybody's got this or any pictures of him with a hat on, we could definitely find out what it is then, because then it'd be a clear image we could definitely zoom in on. But this is the best I can do.
Huh.
I don't know. Where's he from?
Yeah, that can't be the right spelling of his last name. I was trying to look at his background. Let's see, Jack.
If we can figure out maybe where he's from, it might be a local team even.
Right.
It could be a high school. It could be a high school hat. But it's definitely that when you see the hat, it's only going to be one hat. I don't see, because then you're talking copyright infringement, and anybody that's making a hat isn't going to have the copyright.
Let's see here. Idaho.
But you would think there'd be more pictures of him with this hat on. But then again, it could be a recent. I mean, I don't know why all the pictures that we see are him without a beard. And hell, there's even talk about juice going around. Talk about juice and stuff. Who said the dude didn't juice either? I mean, you just never know. It's all anything can happen.
All right, I'm looking at images on Google here. Huh. Because we could pull up even images of the different state baseball caps even and see which one it matches.
It's got to be a local. Maybe a local to Moscow or a local to where he's from. Boise? Because all these other pictures in this are of like no beard, no hat.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the one thing that I thought was very strange that, that somebody that went up to the third floor, got both of them, and that why were they both communicating with him so much? You know what I mean? Why were they both just...
Because I think she broke the news to him that night. This is just one of the theories. Like I was saying before, I think she broke the news to him that night. And it was trying to do damage control because she knew she pissed him off beyond fucking belief. So she was trying to do damage control. He wasn't answering her phone, so maybe she thought, well, maybe if M calls him, he'll pick up at least, and then I can just grab the phone from her, or she can tell him what I want him to know.
Yeah. And you know what, though? She could have also been screwing with them, because you're talking drunk girls messing with people and they're breaking up. Maybe she sat there and she wanted to check how he would react if it was for good. She could have been screwing with him, too.
Yeah. Why do we not have a profile yet? So do you really feel that they know who it is and they're just waiting for the ironclad evidence?
I do, only because here's the situation you got. No matter whoever it was, let's say if it was an ex-boyfriend and they go with DNA, that DNA doesn't prove shit inside a house that was where your ex-boyfriend went. Right? And let's say if a former roommate, DNA inside that house isn't going to be enough to say it was a former roommate. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. The thing I feel like that was kind of the different turn on it is the car. They do feel like the car is it. And it kind of reminds me of Delphi, right? If the person came forward and the car was no longer of interest, then they would have not said this very generic, whoever your car was parked up against the CPS building, please contact us. Hey, whoever's walking across the bridge in this video, please contact us. Because at first, those didn't have anything to do with them saying this is a suspect at the beginning, or it didn't have anything to do with we believe this is the killer's car. And so nobody comes forward. It's kind of like the same thing with this white car. They put the white car out there all over the damn place. And if nobody decides to come forward, then that makes the car more suspicious, right?
Oh, of course, especially if they're in the area, and they had to be in the area to be driving through that area in the first place. And I think there's the reason they have a 2011 to a 2013 model is because I feel that they have it on surveillance from this property right here. That's why this property's blurred out now. I have a feeling they have it leaving. Then we already know that there's surveillance on Linda Lane that passes the vehicle coming down this road. We already know that there's surveillance at this gas station right here of it going by as well. I think they know the car. I don't think they know who it is until the DNA comes back. And then even after that, are they even in the database? Because now correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they haven't collected DNA from anybody as far as we know, right?
I haven't heard formally that they collect any DNA from anybody.
Because that was a big thing about who, and guys in chat, and even you, Justice, who's the person that supposedly went to Africa? Because I know that was a big topic of when they were talking about somebody going to Africa because they didn't collect DNA from anybody as of that time.
Right.
So is that when they're going to start asking people for DNA? I hope to God they can separate it, because I don't know. I feel like they have the car. I just don't feel like they have the person. But you feel like they have the person.
I for some reason, I just get the feeling that they have more of an idea of who they believe would have been in that car. The only way it would be different, let me throw this my wrench myself in there, is if for some reason they think there was more than one person in the car or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, I don't know, maybe a friend's there. But I just feel like in order to explain if it was one killer to me, it has to be extreme rage for a reason. So like the rage you're talking about of this guy goes out, she breaks up, and now let's say she, like you said, she's saying, you know what, it's not just a breakup. I don't know why she would do that before she got the hell out of Dodge, unless she was screwing with him, right? Unless she was screwing with him. First of all, I mean, we've all seen this. Who believes this? Let's just break up for 2 weeks. Bullshit. Give me a break. Nobody believes that shit.
Right, a break.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. That was a show on Friends. Remember that? It was a breakup, whatever. But if she's sitting here, she does that, and you're leaving, and you're taking the dog, and you're doing this, and it's built up, and I'm out drinking and shit like that, and then you're fucking both blowing up my phone at the same time, that's going to build up to, now I'm going to go over there and confront you. Maybe I didn't plan to kill you, but I'm going to go over there and freaking confront you, right? And then this shit happens. But if somebody comes into your bedroom on the 3rd floor and has a knife in their hand, they were already planning to do something, whether they grabbed it downstairs or not. And I don't feel like he would have immediately started killing everybody. I feel like he would have killed the other 2 on the way back down the stairs. He came back down. They heard all the walking and moving upstairs. He killed them quickly. He takes off and leaves. So that's the rage. That's the urgency rage of jealousy and all that kind of stuff. That's why the other one also could make sense to me about, is it somebody who blames them for what happened to Hannah? There is the reason the rage would be increased is because you're talking, this happened on November 13th and Hannah's birthday is on November 15th. Right? This is right before her birthday and right before anything. So for me, again, that would explain this rage, this revenge, that suddenly this person wouldn't have cared who they killed, right? They just came in and cared. So it's just like something so urgent that I just don't feel it's a stalker theory, because I feel like the stalker waits for you to be alone. I don't go there.
And I feel like something else would have happened by now too. You know, I feel like something else, a month and something later, a month and a half later, I feel like something would have happened at least a month later or something. If it was that, in my opinion, I feel like it's either the theory you're talking about or the theory that I'm discussing. Or it can be the theory of having something to do with the altercation at the party and such too. I think there's 3 theories right there that could easily be, it can just make sense. Thank you, Kelt, for the link here. So I need to scroll down. White shoes, dude. It's him in the pic. So this is a pic here. Scroll down. Okay, that must be... Sorry, this thing's taking a while to load up here. Okay. If I go too far... Oh, there it is. That looks like the frickin' hat, too. And he's got the beard. Okay, he doesn't look like he's on the juice. He's got the white shoes. He don't look like he's on the juice. So that's tossed out.
Yeah, but a beard,
Definitely
you know
got the
what,
beard.
really fills
Whoa.
in somebody to make it look like they're kind of a little bit thicker than maybe they would be facially at
Thicker
least.
than what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like wearing 2 sweaters. You know, like Kurt Cobain. He'd wear 2 shirts and 2 sweaters just to make himself not look so skinny. Huh.
Well, that looks
Thank you,
okay.
Kelt,
So
for the
I'm
pic.
seeing that. So
I'm just wondering
doesn't
what
that
the hat
look?
is.
That's what I'm trying to look at. The hat itself, it looks. The brim is a different color than that hat. Those are 2 different tone colors, right? Am I seeing that right?
Well, but we were going... Well, yeah, but when you look at these pictures, though, from... If it'll load up. Sorry, this shit's acting funny right now.
It's okay.
Come on. What the heck? Okay. When you look at these pictures, right? The lighting is different. So I could...
Yes, you're right. You're right.
No, when you got this lighting, it looks lighter than that. So when we're looking at real life picture, to me, the one on the left could easily be that darker color just because of the lighting. I think it's all the same hat. Because there's something coming out here. I wish we had more pictures of this hat. And I'm wondering what the hat...
All right, so I
Oh,
think
no,
it
the
looks
hat
like I think it looks like
is
an
just
M.
telling in all of this stuff to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at what would have. Let's see.
I can see an H. I can see an H. I can see an H. So I think M or H. Or an N. It could be an N too. M, N, or H. Bill is kind
It
of
also
purple.
could be
Yeah.
a product. It could be a product. Do you know what I'm saying?
It may be... Yeah, that... It looked like... Let me look at this other picture here. It looked like there was some kind of letter on the side. So yeah, it could be like a beer product too.
Yeah, because I'm looking. I'm
Okay.
starting to look two-tone the ball cap.
Tobacco product.
Yeah. Huh.
And that's why this is showing up really light compared to this picture, because if it is, it's like a purple suede type, it looks like, and that's probably why it shows up so bright in this picture, because it when you're looking at that, if I can zoom in, I don't think it'll... Let me see. No, it won't. That's even worse. It has like a purplish... You can tell it's not like a stiff bill type of material like my ball cap is. It you know what? It very well could be some kind of... Because it's not a fitted hat. You can see the structure on it right there.
Yeah, I
It
don't
kind
see
of
any
dips in, so
size.
it's not the high quality.
No.
It probably is some kind of hat you would get at Walmart or something that has like a wine or a beer or... or it could be just an old hat, and that's why the bill's kind of sinking in. But usually with those kind of hats, when they do that, it's because it's a cheaply made hat compared to your MLB ball caps and shit like that. Because normally there's enough mesh inside the ball cap that it doesn't drop the roof on the hat. And normally these hats don't have them. Even on your expensive ball caps that have
because it looks like a little more writing on it is the only reason it makes me think of it could be in a product versus, I don't know, like a local baseball team or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What the hell is this?
I'm thinking it's like some kind of tobacco or alcohol. Because if it was a baseball hat, nowadays you're paying anywhere from $25 for the adjustable, the snapbacks. You're paying like $25 for those, and you're paying $45 for the higher end ball caps, like your MLB, your hockey, your NBA, all those hats. And those are the hats that come with that real stiff mesh material in the top. They don't allow those to sink in. And I'm thinking it's got to be one of those $10 to $15 hats that you either, you got as a promo with buying a bottle of Crown Royal or something.
You found it.
You know
what
what
is
I'm saying?
Kelt? Yeah, Kelt found something.
What is it?
I was fixing to say if we checked his Facebook page, we could see the
Hold
hat
the
probably
phone.
better, but purple and gold
Purple
are
and gold. All right, let me check. Where's my email?
and Kelt said she found something. She said, guys.
Hold the phone. Oh shit. I'm watching my email like a hawk, Kelt. The suspense. This is why I need some like creepy,
You need some justice served daily music at the beginning.
some footsteps creaking on some old wood floors.
Scooby-Doo music.
The suspense. The suspense. Kelt said, hold the phone. Could be blue too, like a faded blue. An older hat that faded.
Yeah, if it's your favorite
shit,
hat. You wear it a
Kelt
lot.
said no shit. Kelt said no shit. It's him in the hat. Okay, did I get the email? I did. Okay, here we go. We're opening the gift. I gotta scroll, I bet. The suspense. Oh, come on. It always takes forever. It's because all these videos on here, I bet. That's why this
I know. I hate when they do
Daily
that.
Mail
They
always
make it longer.
All right. Scrolling.
She said, not that one. The second one. Nope, not that one. The second email.
This is what you just sent me.
She said,
This is what you just sent me.
no.
Okay. You just sent me this. All right. This okay. All right. Okay, hold on. There we go.
Northwestern
Oh, I
Wildcat.
love you, Kelt. Look at this. Oh, look at that.
Shit. Go closer.
What
Go
is
closer.
that?
Can you go closer?
I can't. Look. That's
Oh,
as
don't
close as
move.
I
I'm
can
going to take
get.
a screenshot and make it closer myself. Hold on one second.
Can
Hold
I
on. I'm going to take a picture of his head. Let me check his head here. Just his head. Boom.
Let me switch back
All
to.
right.
Oh, okay. You got it. Here, hold on.
Yeah, let
I'll
me-
zoom it in even more. Here, let me zoom it in some more. That's as far as I can get.
Come on, paint.
There we go.
crop.
Or do you want me to zoom out?
Hold on, let me look.
You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. I said I love you.
Photo.
Northwestern Wildcats tennis. It looks red and it looks maroon and yellow or maroon and orange.
Let's see here. All right. Photo. Oh, shit. Oh my God, it looks just as goddamn fuzzy as the other one does.
What? What happened?
As I try to enlarge well, I took a photo of that screen and then I like made it into a paint image and then was enlarging it even more. And as I enlarge it more, it looks as damn fuzzy as the other one did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the hell? You got to be kidding me.
Trying to figure out the lights leaving the house on top of the roof kind of shit. Blotchy. I mean, but what colors do you see though? I see like a dark maroon and yellow or orange or something. What do you see on the zoomed in one that you did? Can you tell?
I swear to God, it is goddamn as blurry as the one on the left. It looks as blurry as that because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is the same image.
Oh, it is. Is it?
It's the same image.
That's the same image. Yep. You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
That's why we can't get it any cleaner because it is the same image. I was like, God damn.
Like, damn, that picture looks familiar, huh, Justice?
Where have I seen
this? Yeah. Where did we just see this at? Thank you. Well, at least we got the real picture. I don't have to go to a video now. So we can I can.
But there's got to be more pictures of him in that ball cap somewhere.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Whether on social media or something, there's got to be as much as they all take selfies, you would think she'd have a photo with him with the hat close up.
No, at least we got the real one. It makes me. I should have done this a long time ago. I should have started saving all these and making folders and stuff so that way we could even go back to the photos at some point. So I think I need to start doing that. Maybe keep that in the back of my mind where I need to save all these pictures at the end of the night too.
Yeah, I do that with all the cases. I have an image folder for them for if I needed to go find something.
I mean, my YouTube folder is already so massive. Just it's like trying to keep up with that thing is crazy. Let's see if there's anything breaking here. Yeah, so
breaking news: EvilleCJ finds hat image. Wait, no.
Oh,
hey, the good news is that I'm sitting here going, why can't I make this look less fuzzy? It looks exactly like this is fuzzy as the other one.
Yeah, I mean,
because it is the other one.
I mean, I should. Let me see here.
But I thought somebody said in the chat. Let me look.
I'll
That
put the
is,
link
yeah,
to the picture.
Northwestern Wildcats tennis. Ava said that.
Let me see. How
Northwestern
do I
Wildcats tennis. Let's see.
how do I share the photo to chat? Can I share a photo with streaming?
Yeah, you just
I
share
don't
your
know.
screen, whatever you're showing. Northwestern
No, where
Wild.
I can send it to other people so they can zoom in on their own too. I wonder, is there a way to like share that? Do you know? On like StreamYard or something? Instead,
Well,
you
you
know,
can send
not
it
like
in
a
your
link,
info.
but a photo file maybe.
Let's see, hat.
Let me see.
All right, let's see about you. Huh. Let's go to.
Let me look at StreamYard here. I just saved it to my desktop. Thought there might be. Let's see, present. No, that's just present. I guess not. Where did you can you give me some kind of link code for that picture? Jack has been on TV when he was 12 for his juggling skill. Yeah, I mean that one video we watched, he was just balancing everything like crazy. I'll be removing that from my life. Why? Kaylee's social. Ah, okay. So Kaylee's social media.
See, it's just got that letter and then the stuff in the middle. The Northwestern Wildcats does have some images with the cat in the middle.
It's got a purple N with a cat, but it's purple and black, right?
Yeah, they've got some of those reversed, like purple with white, black with white.
Oh, Kelt says Ava is right. It's tennis. Really? Let's look up a Northwestern tennis hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. But I'm trying to get one that has the image, something with the writing totally across. Huh.
Let's see.
Let me go to straight just.
I looked up Northwestern tennis hat, and it's just got a bunch of people playing. So maybe I'm looking up the wrong thing here.
I did too, but if you just go straight, if you ask for the hat and then just look straight under images is where.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Northwestern. Oh, hard. There we go. I put hard.
Let's
see.
See, that's why I'm surprised there's nothing on the side of the hat, and it didn't look like when he's wearing the hat backwards that there's on the back of the hat, because a lot of times you'll have like Northwestern or logo or brand or something of the cap that would be there. Just trying to see if there's something with the cap color difference.
If you could go ahead and send it to me, Ava, in my email or my Twitter.
Fan apparel.
Does he have some sort of connection to Northwestern?
That's interesting. There's a two-tone.
Okay, is there other similar?
Has anybody checked if his Facebook is still live? I know you don't like doing that, CJ,
It's not
but
showing very many. It's not showing me very many styles, even.
yeah, I don't see any either.
I mean, the options are like maybe 20 for each company or whatever.
Aw.
If it's a team head, it may not be for sale to general public. So like it's, I know, but if I'm looking at the, here, let me look at 2000, let me look at 2002 Northwestern tennis and see if anybody that's playing tennis has those hats then.
Let's see, Jake. Here's
I don't see nothing there. Okay, let me go back here. I'm starting to see other colleges. I'm not seeing anything even just for the tennis team that they're wearing it. Yeah, this is all other colleges now. There ain't many pictures of the actual. Well, we can do some sleuthing tonight and see what we can come up with tomorrow night on the show. I don't know. We'll have to dig around it. It could, like I'm saying, it could even be a promo hat for getting a bottle of Crown Royale or some shit, you know. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like we could be searching this all night trying to figure out what it is and
Well, I'm on his Facebook right now.
yeah.
All these guys are wearing lots of caps, I'll tell you that. Huh. Is that for real? That can't be for real. Jake Schreiger, right? Facebook page. Lake City High School, lives in Moscow, studies at University of Idaho. Shows on his Facebook page. Can that be right? He sold a 2008 Hyundai Sonata in Post Falls, Idaho. Good condition, 2008 Hyundai Sonata.
You take a screenshot?
Hold on, let me show, here, I'll do this.
Or can you see?
Should me share my screen?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Entire screen. Allow. Okay.
There you go.
Can you see me on there?
Yep. Yes, we can.
Okay. Do you see this Facebook page?
Hold on. Let me zoom in my StreamYard. All right. I'm zoomed in.
Okay. You see this Facebook page of Jake?
Right.
Okay.
Here,
let me
hold on. Let me get rid of our faces here. 1 second. And this message. All right. We're zoomed in now.
Okay. So look at this post. Trying to sell a Hyundai.
Light color.
Yeah. Isn't that odd though?
On the highway for high quality leather. When was that? June 26th.
Showing June 26th of 2020.
2020.
When he was posting it for to be sold, that doesn't mean that's when it sold, but
Right.
but he could have sold it to somebody he knew.
Why is this guy? See, that's what I need. If anybody's good at making diagrams, can you make a diagram of who is connected to who and what their name is and all that stuff? And then when we do talk about it, I can go to that screen as well. If I don't have any programs to do that kind of stuff, so if anybody does have a program like that and can make like a photo file 1920 by 1080 pixel of just the kind of the connection dot, like you're putting photos up with strings and thumbtacks going from one to the other. It'd be really interesting because this Jake, who is he? I can't remember who this Jake Schreiger is. Is he the hoodie guy?
He was a boyfriend who dated the girls too.
Wow, Kelt said 1,000 friends. I didn't notice that. Yeah, let me know, you and Ava, for real. And I'm going to have to end the stream here in about 10 or so we can definitely get into it tomorrow night. But if you're available tomorrow night, I'd really love to talk some Delphi even after your stream too. Go into some stuff.
Yeah, we can look at, helping answer any questions if anybody, sees the show and had more thoughts and stuff about what was covered at least. And we're hoping to go through everything, but I just warn everybody, like I said, we want to make sure we're very thorough and not rushing through the details and stuff with all of that. But
oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. I'm so excited. I'm going to be sucked in the whole time. And is it cool if I promote the shit out of your channel, or do you want me to go back in the chat and just kind of because I'd love to promote you the whole time,
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate anybody sharing that. And like I said, I know that I've started following a lot of people who, we've met and learned off of your channel and stuff here. And, like our Silky Tea friend and ATS and all of them. So, I tell everybody about all the new channels that I've bumped into and stuff all over here. So
good night, Kib Kitty. Thank you for hopping in, and thank you so much for all your information. I appreciate you. And yeah, like if there's anything that you do want me to promote during your stream, if there's any links you want me to put in or anything you want me to say or whatever, just send it to my email and I'll make sure to just keep putting it in there just to promote the shit out of you, because I'm excited and I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and I can't wait for it to be the first time everybody's going to be, and that's going to be neat, and I can't wait to be able to support the shit out of you because you support the shit out of me. So I'm excited in 3 different ways for tomorrow. And I'd really like to promote the shit out of you. If I'm doing it too much, let me know. And yeah, like I said, if there's anything you want me to promote, just send it to my email and I'll make sure that I put it in there for you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody who can join us and stuff too. So this is what stuff I like to do. So this is kind of my fun thing I challenge myself to do.
Yeah, I'm excited. Usually I'm at work when you're getting on a live, and this time I'm going to be chilling at home, and I'm going to have my desk set up. I'm going to be ready to just enjoy all of it. So I'm really excited. And I'm the main thing, I'm glad you're feeling better as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a little slow. I mean, I know I'm not 100% yet, but I'm glad to have at least been able to come home. So that was good.
Yeah, when you popped in a couple nights ago, it just made my heart feel better. So I'm so glad to see you back in.
Cool. Well, thank you for letting me come up, and
no problem.
Talk to you guys all later. I'll let you sign off.
And thank you, Justice. I appreciate your information and your contribution and everything that you do. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night. And that'll be a good night from me as well. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much. What a great show. We always have great shows. And thank you, ATS. I appreciate that. And definitely check out her channels too. I'll be throwing all the links here at the end of the stream. Got a bunch to throw up there. I just want to throw everybody's up there. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for your information. Yeah, you sound great, JSD. Thank you. And I can't wait for tomorrow. But thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. I hope you all have a peaceful, positive night. It's starting to get warmer, hopefully, where you're at. It is here. I think tomorrow we're going to be hitting mid-40s or something. I'm excited for that, finally. Please be safe. We'll see you tomorrow night, maybe even a little earlier. I might make it a long show, but as always, I'll put out a notification way before I'm even going to be doing it. So please be safe and enjoy your evening.